Hey, Totoroban.
Yeah?
Shall I compare thee to a Viatrix play? Thou art more supporting and more level-headed. Rough winds do shake our darling players in May, for the World Finals hath all too short a date. But for as long as we can talk and these cups can amaze, so long will we cast and shed light on the plays. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to welcome you all to tonight's stream of the third week of Echo Arena in the VRL for EU. My name is Walaran, and with me today is everyone's favorite Echo unit, Totoroban. Welcome, man.
Howdy. Howdy. Well, I've just immediately. I'm going to mention that in a minute. But we've got one of the lineups that I wanted. We've got Polaris versus Team Braindead.
Ooh.
So I'm going to try and get a set up on that.
That's good. That's really good.
I also realised that I don't actually have my.
You don't have your headset. Oh shit.
At all.
Well, I mean, if they invite me, I'll invite you. There we go. Things are good. And yeah, Jersey, I told you yesterday I'd do it again. And this is probably the last time I'll do something like that, because that is hard as hell to get those to work. So. But yeah, I think. Welcome everyone. Yeah, this is as we said the final week of the Stage 3 qualifiers. So what happens today is quite important actually for everyone involved. Involved. I can talk. So it sounds like, because I can't really have the page open while I stream. So it sounds like we have Braindead versus Polaris, which we talked about earlier. We want to see.
That is the one, and that is what we're going to be starting with. Hopefully,
hell yeah!
They see my invitation.
Nice. That's nice.
We'll find out in a minute.
I'll invite him, and hopefully he'll invite back.
Yes.
Oh, and welcome.
Jurassic Park. So that introduction was very interesting. I'm a big fan of Shakespeare. Obviously, as for a profession. A nice Al Pacino invited me. That's wicked. So looks like we're off.
Nice.
Also, when you said, "Shall I compare thee to a Viatrax play?" I actually play very similar to Viatrax, so I was immediately like. I always say, like, if me and Viatrax take a shot, you don't know what's going to happen. Right. Alright, well, Martin's team's here, so I'm going to head over to spectate.
Yeah.
I will send you an invite as well.
Oh, I got an invite already, so we are good.
Oh shit, I hit my mic.
Oh god. Well, I don't think
Okay.
I couldn't hear it. You might have a really good mic. There we go. Martin's team is here, you're in spectate. There we go. So I need to change my names. Hey, hi everyone. I feel like I've done this like twice already. Hi. It's a pleasure to have you here. We're gonna be watching some games today. Of course, VRL is also streaming right now. I believe they're streaming Onward. They'll be streaming the Echo Combat games from yesterday in 2 hours, an hour, something like that. I don't actually know.
I'm alive.
Great.
So we're just waiting on the other team.
So yeah, blue team is Polaris, and the orange team is Braindead. So, can you tell me why we wanted to watch this game?
The reason we wanted to the reason we wanted to watch these teams is because they were quite contested last week. They really were, and Gecko's he's a long-standing top player, and there's a lot of people on the other team who are not. Someone like Al Pacino, for example, is kind of fresh, and we've kind of got a clash of old and new in that sense. Finity is known to everyone. I mean, Ravel is as well. Martin's just left as well, so I think we might
be going into a new one.
I don't know if the other team are being difficult. I'm not sure what's going on, but
they should be on the same servers, right?
Yeah, I mean,
even though that doesn't, sure. I mean, in Europe it doesn't make too much of a difference.
tutorial, but if you can hear me, Gecko keeps inviting me, even though you're.
Ah, for goodness sake. Okay.
Damn it. Oh well.
Yeah.
Even though I've invited him about 4 times now.
Oh well, should we just go in that game then?
Yeah.
Seems like yeah.
That's about right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, cool. Have an invite already.
Good stuff.
Okay.
I do not. So, by then, Infiltrate's here with me as well.
Go,
Send an invite in, Phil.
I can get you an invite, man.
Do you know, I realise how difficult it is for me to concentrate on talking when I have something that's in the back of my head. Like, for example, we weren't being put into that game, and my brain was melting, trying to process that at the same time. It was actually quite interesting how simple my brain is.
No, that's not you, man. That's a known problem of many people.
You say that like, yeah, it's a known problem with these humans, you know.
These fallible human... Fallible? Well, I mean, case in point.
Yeah, definitely.
Fallible,
Right.
I think. Is that not the word? Fallible?
Fallible is a word, but I'm not sure if it's the right one in this instance. Anyway, we are transitioning. We're going to go into... Yeah.
Team Braindead.
We had the casters with us. The casters were already there.
Ah, well. There we go. It looks like we just need Martin in here, and we should be good to start. And yeah, to be honest, I think it's quite a good game to start on. It's...
Why have I still got my headset on? I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, okay, I'm good. Alright, yeah, so basically these guys, you know, this could go either way. It could be a very one-sided game. Like I said, there's more experience on the side of Gecko's team at the moment. But there's the fresh blood, you know, from Polaris, although they do have Martin, who, you know, was on Gravity back in the day.
He's an old player. But he does... I think he does a lot to, like, maybe elevate the team a little bit more, because he is a very strategy-focused man and very tactics-focused man.
Exactly. And I think if you're new to competitive gaming in Echo Arena, and you've got this, you know, sort of the basic skills and a couple of extra things like Al Pacino does, and then you get someone to guide you to start with, I think that's actually a very good thing. Infiltrate is someone who's never been, you know, way up there on the teams, but he's actually a very decent player. Like, he does a lot of things that you would expect from someone who doesn't play at a high level, but he can be quite challenging to play against. He's a great shot stopper. He's a great interceptor. He's got that sneaky, beaky little hidey thing that a lot of these guys do. You see it a lot from Middleman. I think Affentera is probably the best at this. I know this isn't a game with Affentera in it, but since we're mentioning it, he can hide anywhere, and no matter where you place that disc for a clear, he will be there. He will get to that disc.
It's a good skill to have.
There's nowhere you can hide from him. But an Infiltrate is quite good at doing that as well. So let's see what happens. It was 2-1 to Polaris last week. So let's see what happens this time.
Let's see, and we should be aware that I don't think the camera problems have been quite fixed yet, so if we're going to free cam, that is why I do apologize for it. But we are going into our first joust of the week here with Polaris versus Team Braindead.
And it is actually Team Braindead that get to it first, even though there's a very special thing that Polaris do. Ravel's got himself in a position for something, but it wasn't able to quite get it to Gecko. Gecko's managed to punch out his opposition, so now he's got it in the disc, in the tunnel with the disc. So it's a quite slow pass down to Finity, who finds herself passing to Ravel, who's going to go for the finish. Wow, that was a fast one too, and there you go. It's 2 points to... they keep changing their name. It's Lethargy, now it's Team Braindead. I might refer to it as Gecko's team or just the blue team. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll get there in the end. As long as we don't refer to it as Polaris, it is probably the team with Gecko on it.
That's correct. Very surprising though, Polaris with their really fast joust that they've been doing didn't get to the disc first.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because Gecko's team was doing it as well, but it looked like maybe Martin's team might have messed theirs up. Anyway, they've got their QB now. And straight away with the pressure from Gecko, he's got himself and punched out Infiltrate. He didn't seem to know what he was going to do with the disc right then. This could be a very simple, yep, I've seen this before. You see what Gecko will do when he finds himself on a very difficult angle, rather than taking the shot or going for a backboard, he'll find the block, usually the pillar or the block underneath the pillar, and he'll go straight to that and then bounce and push himself into a situation where he's got a much better shot at goal. And that's exactly what he did here.
And that is a really good thing, because if for a lot of new players, they don't know, the fastest way to change your momentum, change your speed is not obviously, but is by like taking your hand and grabbing onto something and throwing yourself off it. It is by far the fastest. Oh.
So Polaris going for their joust that I like to do. I've recommended they don't, but they definitely are fond of it. And unfortunately, the thing happened that often happens when they do it is they get punched out, which meant two guys were out very early on, and now the pressure is straight back onto them. And Gecko's going straight to the shield. See, he did it again. You notice that he's at an angle, he doesn't like it, so he's going to bounce off something. You know, he goes to the shield, the pillar, and then he'll just go straight to the goal. And it's difficult because now what he's done is he's created a 1v1 situation where he's got all the goal to choose from, rather than being at an angle that the goalkeeper's like, right, I can break this off, and I know what I've got left.
Yeah,
but at the moment, Polaris are kind of drowning.
Yeah, I think to bring that back a little bit, he can just pick and choose his vector, and it's very, very difficult to calculate what you can actually do against that. So, they're going for it again. That
much quicker this time. There was no waiting around, but as I've seen before, often that does end up more bouncing in the tunnel than it does to someone. There's a lot of pressure on them right now. Some good boosting from Finity and Gecko, but they have split up. Gecko with the interception, lovely little touch there. He clears it for his team. They just need to find each other now, but it looks like Al Pacino and Martin are going to be the ones to find each other, so it's not going to be in their favor this time. But if he holds it for too long, something's going to happen that won't favor him. But Al, he's thinking about doing the amazing. He's thinking about doing the shot. Is he going to go for it? He does. It's not in, unfortunately. It's not even close. It's going to be a free disc for Gecko's team, Braindead, Lethargy, or whatever they call it next time. It's a missed pass back down to Ravel, which means it will probably end up in Infiltrate's hands. But Finity and Gecko are stacked for this now, which means they have got the position. And they did well there to maintain it. But unfortunately, it's a missed pass back up to Martin. He goes back down to Infiltrate. I think it's his turn to take the crazy shot, and it's a lot closer, and it's a ding! Oh my goodness! That could have been very, very interesting. He went for the exact same shot. The exact same shot. Al Pacino behind the goal. He's going to try for it. Gets punched out. He takes a little bit too long to do something there, and if you do, you're going to get jumped on, and that is exactly what happened.
Can I just real quick say, this is beautiful, because I don't think we're seeing some mistakes, but every time we see a mistake, and that's not really that often right now, we see them being capitalized on perfectly by the opposite team, whoever that team happens to be at that time. The passes are almost all hitting. Of course,
that
now
pass
I say
was
that.
not great. It's really, really, really decent pressure from Finity and Gecko right now. I'm really enjoying this. And Finity, and just as I said that, Finity got straight in there, collected that disc with the pressure from Gecko, and then sunk that away. This is not going well for Polaris, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not seeing Polaris play quite as they did last week, but let's not take anything away from the blue team, Gecko's team. No, see, I did it already. I already got it wrong. I'm not taking anything away from Lethargy, Braindead, whatever, because they are actually playing very well right now.
They're playing quite decently, but there's still nothing is set in stone. Even if this game is won, we are playing 3 games, not 2 halves, so there's still plenty of time for Polaris to get this.
Martin's looking for Al Pacino. He'll have a free shot if he gets it, but he didn't. He can still chase it now, but he's got to make sure he's got the discipline to not take that shot. So the control pass down to Martin, who just does something weird, pushes off at the wrong time, it looked like to me. It's going to be a clear and boost from Gecko and Finity, but they've unstacked themselves, but Gecko is still free, and he's going to have himself an open shot. He just has to take it. He does, and even though they got to goal in time, they weren't able to do anything about it, even though it was slow, and that's what often happens. You'll get to goal, but the disorientation of getting to goal, turning around, just means you aren't able to do anything. I mean, this is VR. You have to physically turn around, grab your hands, find where the disc is in your little field of view. It's not easy. It often looks like you could have saved that, but you'll be surprised how difficult it is.
You're only
you
as
turn
fast.
around and boom.
Yeah, you're only as fast as your body allows you to be. You still have to move your arms, and there's still a little bit of inertia there, so it's difficult to work with, and they're just going for it again. This instant double stack here, it hasn't worked for them yet, but they're going for it, and I can appreciate that.
Al Pacino with the disc at the moment. He's looking for his guy. It's a good setup at the moment, but the pressure's on. They have split up, though, so Finity just needs to find her person. Oh, Al Pacino waiting again. He found himself in the position to take the shot, but he just wanted to take that little bit more time to get some control, and he lost the disc. That's the second time he's done that now. Look, he's just got to do it. You don't have as much time as you think when you're behind the goal. People are going to jump on you. Again, Al Pacino punched out in the tunnel, just waiting that little bit too long. I mean, he's a fantastic player, and he's been showing a lot of newbie skill, as I'll call it, considering how much he's played with. Right now, that is his weakness, is the fast-paced nature of the game. And it looked like that was a pretty decent shot on goal. That was almost in. I think this one's already pretty much over for them anyway. Oh my god, Raffle was able to block that with his head and then slap it away.
I think so. That was fantastic for him. That was pretty good.
I'm not sure how much of that was deliberate, but he got it away afterwards. Quick pass down to Infiltrate, who does not waste time this time, and they are just putting away an easy point. But this is going to be a round to Brain Dead. I mean, it definitely will.
Yeah, there's not really a lot that Polaris can do here. It's 10 points in 40 seconds. You have to work uphill every time. There's more or less nothing you can do, but you can use the rest of this time to warm up, maybe to get that one strategy in that you just gotta finish the last things. You can use these 40 seconds to maybe do a little bit of that here.
Yeah, I mean, right now they need to start thinking about the next round, because it really doesn't matter. Points, this is best of 3. Points don't really matter, but they need to start figuring out this pressure, because the problem is they're the ones that are showing lethargy. They're holding the disc when they've got to clear, and they're trying to dribble it in when they're behind the goal, and that's just not needed. It is unfortunately a missed pass to Finity, and Infiltrate's going to get rid of that. His team just needs to stack. It's Al Pacino and Infiltrate that are going to do that, which means Al's going to go for the shot and bounces in.
That was
just a little consolation 3-point, although it was almost out. That's the great thing about when you shoot sideways, especially if that's your main tactic, is pushing sideways as you strafed. It's actually it's very fluid to take that shot. I remember Boop showing that to me when he was doing the letterbox.
Yeah, that was good, and also that just gives you that little bit of mental fortitude to be like, yeah, we can still get goals in. We haven't given up yet. We can still do this. Yeah, this round's over. We all know this, but we got this next round. We can totally do this, and
absolutely
they have to do it next round and next round again. So let's see if they can actually pull this off.
All right, and they'll just wait this out. So, I mean, it's very clear what Polaris need to do. Polaris, at the moment, they're struggling with pressure, which is very strange, because when I last played Polaris, they were the ones that were applying this pressure. They were the ones that wouldn't let teams breathe. And now it seems tables have absolutely turned on them specifically that I've seen. And I feel like if you know that you're a team that boost fast and don't give people chances to clear and don't give people chances to take these shots, you should have that in the back of your mind when you play against other people, that they can do it too. Like, if you know that if you know that you have a gun, then you might want to wear a bulletproof shield. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Jesus. Oh my god, man. Well, I mean, it looks to me like they maybe didn't get as much warm-up in there as they wanted. They maybe they had a little bit of a break before the cup. Maybe they just aren't, in the zone right yet. And it shows, like, to the end of the last round here. We saw them get a little bit better. We saw them apply more pressure.
Absolutely. But also, again, at the end of the day, they were getting intercepted and things like that. They're dealing with a quite focused Brain Dead. But they do get to the joust. This is what I expected to see last time. This is the fast joust that they've been doing right now. Al Pacino needs to make sure he doesn't wait, and he doesn't, thankfully, which means it's going to be a 1v1 from Martin. He does a fakie and then puts it in. I think Ravel did get his hand on that one. Yes, he did. He did get his hand on that, which was close. Ravel is not a joke in a 1v1. He doesn't often push you. He often stands his ground, although, actually, saying that, sometimes he can push. I'll scratch that from record, because someone will think, oh, great, he doesn't push. Yeah, actually, he sometimes does it too much. But in any case, he is a very decent goalkeeper in 1v1s.
Yes, and he did actually get that, as you said, just at the last second, but he just kind of slapped it in behind an unfortunate mistake, but that does mean the first 2 points will go
Going
to
deep.
Polaris.
Rabble not quite able to get it down because this time it is Polaris with that pressure. Infinity's not able to get that disc. It would have been a nice three-pointer. Al needs to do something. He's going to go for the clear, but unfortunately he's clearing it when the other team is stacked. That's not the right thing to do. If you know that team is stacked before you guys are, you might as well just pass around because you know that they're going to get there first. But it's a missed pass, which means the disc is free right now. Al Pacino able to slap it in front. Infiltrate might get there first. He doesn't. It's pushed away by Rabble, which means it's going to be back into the hands of Finity, who gets it up fast to Gecko. He's got no choice but to get rid of it, and now it's going to be a race. But it does look like it's going to be Polaris, who are faster, but they're less controlled. Gecko, if he gets to that block, he's going to take the shot, and he'll score it. And he does, and at 19 meters a second, good luck.
That's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, not Polaris. Lone Gecko's team, the blue team, Team Braindead, they have been playing really fantastic into every opportunity that's gotten there. If they see that the disc has just been passed a little bit too late, missed pass maybe a little bit, they get that and they just put it in the perfect place almost every time. It is a beauty to behold. It is wonderful to see.
Right now I feel like Gecko's knowledge of the game is what's really causing Polaris to struggle, because they're doing their strategies are just not. Look at that again. Is that going to go in? Oh, and it is. Good job. Nice shot, Gecko. Anyway, the thing at the moment is that Martin has got these strategies, and in his world they all work great. But the thing is that's not always the case. And right now, Gecko, I feel like he's come up with something for his team that is just absolutely capitalizing on everything they do. And I remember when I played against Martin's team, they did that two-man stack thing, and we punched them out over and over and over again, and they just didn't change it up. And it doesn't look like they're changing anything up now, and they're going to get punished for it.
Yeah, you really do want to change it up almost every single round if you are able to in this game, because you will get punished if people learn your strategies. They will just be there before you. They have the opportunities.
That's right. The disc is wild at the moment. Infinity looks like she'll be the first one there. Gecko trying to cause extra pressure. Infiltrate unable to get it, so he's going to have to stack up if he wants to be there first, because if the blue team do, it's going to cause him trouble. Look, not letting him breathe. Rabble is just not going to let him breathe. That's good stuff. Infiltrate's got that thing he's been doing recently, and it's working very well for him. He pushes up really high, and then he gets a good pass off, and it's hard to intercept that if you're in front of him. Good pass back from Al Pacino down to Infiltrate. He's going to look for who he's got as an option. It's a little bit of a fight going on top block. Martin wins the fight because he was able to get rid of the defender, and Rabble saves it. Oh my god. That was fantastic. That was a moment for some points on the board for that team, but Infinity ducks under, which was probably not the right thing to do, but she did it and it worked. So you know what they say, if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. Infinity's got the disc, she can finish that. Gecko's going to be telling her to. Oh no, what happened there?
God, I think
get his hand on it.
Al Pacino just saved it, but he saved it through the goal. He actually got it outside the goal, and then he pushed himself through. That was an unfortunate mistake, but then again, so did Rabble at the start, so they're kind of equalized right now. 6 points ahead is Team Braindead, Lethargy, Blue Team, the Gecko Squad. I don't know. They're a little bit ahead, and
Gecko Squad. That should be their new name, Gecko Squad.
Gecko Squad. And if they win this game, they will win out this whole round for themselves, and they are looking...
What is that pass? And then Martin's losing tracking. That's not going to be good for him. Finity with the shot, and she doesn't miss her shot either. They are just getting punished for mistakes, but I mean, in fairness to Martin, that was clearly a tracking issue. But their QBs right now, it's. I mean, I want to be polite. I'm trying to remain neutral, but it was unorthodox, and I definitely saw that, the tracking issue happened, but it still almost looked like it surprised him. I don't know. It was hard to tell from where I was.
Yeah, if you do a thing that doesn't work consistently, it's you have to do another thing. You can't just keep putting the same foot down.
I completely agree with you, but some people they can't accept that what they're doing is wrong. They just think they haven't perfected it yet, and that is unfortunately often going to punish them. So nice pass down to Martin from Al Pacino. I actually thought he was going to take the shot. Okay, it looks like it crashed. So
well, we can use the restart rule. Have you seen this? There's a new rule that's been added just before the cup here, so we can actually restart, and we have a little bit of time to get things sorted, or maybe not.
No,
looks like
he must be back.
Things were resolved.
I guess Gecko's back, so yeah, never mind.
Things were resolved. Oh, it was Gecko. Oh, I thought it was Martin. Okay.
Okay. No, he's fine. It doesn't look like it.
Almost crashed.
Okay, so you almost crashed. Anyway, it looks like at the moment there's a bit of a fight going on. Infiltrate's got the disc, but he's being pressured. He's unable to get the clear off. Finity does happen to get it, and she gets it straight to Gecko, who's going to have plenty of options. And I imagine he's going to slow the play down a little bit now, because why would he need to push up? Over down to Ravel, who's got himself a pass. It's straight up to Finity, who's favoring her upside down thing right now. And so right now they're going to go for a their own version of the Lego slowdown. But why not? I mean, at the end of the day, why should they push if they're not pressured? It's on slightly different levels to the Lego one, but other than that, this is exactly the same thing that we've seen. And eventually that can happen, but in this case, Al Pacino was able to get it away. Will they be punished for that? Oh, they were unable to get to the disc. And he was unable to grab it as well, and it looks like Finity might be the first there, but no, it looks like Polaris overtook because Ravel and Finity got unstacked. Martin's now wasting time, but I'm not sure what he's doing because he's losing. And that did not favor him at all. And in the end, all he did is invite pressure, and Ravel's got it now, but now it's going to be Martin who manages to get a slap, but only hits Bowtie. Another little tap up. There's a complete scrap going on for this disc right now. And it looks like maybe, just maybe, nope, denied again. Gecko is going to find that disc, but then not find his teammate. So now it's going to be Polaris, I think, who have the disc.
I think
Guys,
so.
you do not have time to slow play. Let's go. Oh, it's a pass back to Al Pacino, but he had kept moving, unfortunately. So now they're gonna safely pass around, and it's not working out. This Polaris squad is not the Polaris that I've seen as of late. I'm really very different. Infiltrate, nice little maneuvering there. Just again, a good consolation goal, but not much more, I think, can be done at this point.
If they get 2 3-pointers in 30 seconds, I mean, they deserve all of it, but it is unlikely to say the least.
I mean, for the sake of entertainment, I mean, want that
let's
too.
do it.
But to be honest with you, like, there's been no shocks here. Everyone, you know, the way Polaris have played and the strategies they've adopted versus, you know, the things that Gecko is doing with this team right now is so basic. But it's the basic things that we know that works, and it's just like it's working. As simple as that. You know, it really is. It's like, I'll hit you with my stick. Oh well, I'll try and bounce it off the ceiling and hit you. And it's like, well, fair enough, maybe that'll work, but this is it. So yeah, they're gonna go for a bit of their own slow play, but a little bit of butterfingers from Ravel, who was able to slap it away again. Not that it would have mattered. It is over. And so look, we're seeing this slow play thing. It's become a bit of a meta right now.
It is, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, it is still interesting to look at, but I feel like I kind of want to say Polaris is maybe having a bad day, because, as you said, you've played against them, we've seen them before, they played a lot more consistently well, and just generally, they have kind of descended a little bit in this game. I think they're just having a bad day. Because a lot of the strategies that we see are still there, but they're just not being executed as well as they should. And the decision to maybe go away from a strategy that doesn't work isn't being made. It's just a little bit slower, a little bit of an off day, I think.
I mean, it looked like an off day, but at the same time, this is kind of what I expected. I mean, I can't say I'm overly surprised. I personally, and of course I'm only advocating for my own opinion here, Martin's team need to go back to the drawing board and go, let's work on the ABC before we learn how to G, Z, and I. Because this is the issue that's got right now. They've got a couple of things in there that work really well. They really do, and you know, you can only commend them for that. All this other, like,
I'm not saying we would have won,
crazy stuff. You know, there's a term that, you know, a walk before you can run, or what is it, run before you can fly? I don't remember.
Crawl before you can walk.
It's tickle before you can drink. Whatever. It makes no difference. The point is that you need to be able to do the things efficiently. And if you're missing passes to each other, and if you're not communicating that you're going to keep moving rather than stopping, and if you're getting punched out over and over and over and over again from this QB, leaving one guy on his own, and it maybe gets to him, then it's not something you need to do. You don't need to be the team with something unique. You just need to be the team that doesn't let themselves down with strats. I mean, it's frustrating to watch. It really is. But at the same time, Al Pacino can sink those shots, infiltrate. I mean, you saw him spaghetti around the shield. He's a good little mover.
I think what happened here is that we saw a very, very, I want to say strict sort of play, a very sort of mechanic and very planned out play from Polaris, and we saw a very free flowing, very sort of on the fly, not necessarily, I think, as intricate, but very, very opportunistic and very interesting and very, very reliant on your skill in the game. We saw that type of play from Team Braindead. So I feel like that's kind of what's going to happen every time when you have these two very contrasting play styles, is that you can do all kinds of interesting things. You can do all kinds of weird sort of jousts or weird, that shot that might, that might work, might not, and it's interesting and works. The math works, but you have to be able to do it. You have to be able to do it. And then when it doesn't work, you have to be able to know what to happen. Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Theory is only as good as theory can be. And if you're spending an entire season trying to figure out this theory, it's not worth it. It really isn't. Gecko's team there did nothing special. They did nothing mind-blowing. They just did everything basic very well. Now, what you can do is take that foundation and build upon it, right?
You can. And it's quite easy, actually, to do. Well, semi-easy. But there's things you can work with there. I completely agree. But I do also want to say, just because it sounds like we are being quite harsh on Polaris, but I do enjoy watching them every time because they always come up with something new. There's always something interesting and weird happening. And I don't know about you. I like that.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think sometimes my passion towards this game can sometimes be misconstrued as kind of attacking a team, and it really isn't. And I also, that's why I'm always advocating this, just my opinion. I have a lot of respect for Polaris team, and I've played them, and I actually think they're very strong. But the problem is if they're able to perform at 9 out of 10 and then 3 out of 10, and the only problem in that is predominantly a strategy idea, then that is something that they should probably reflect upon. So that's just that's how it is.
Yeah. But with that said, we are just waiting for our final game of round 1 here. Now, for anyone that's wondering, we're playing 5 rounds today because a lot of teams signed up. So for the games that have been played, we have the scores currently is Team Gravity 1-2-0 over Dogman Part-Timers, no big surprise there. Polaris, as we saw, lost to Team Braindead by 2. Soyuz lost to Smash and Dash, not a big surprise. In Your Face lost to Mariachis, there we go. And Kick Puppies got a default win. So we're only waiting for Synergy versus Ouroboros. I feel like Synergy's probably going to win that one out, just because they are so aggressive.
They are, I mean, again, Ouroboros are one of those teams that, you don't want to take for granted. So it looks like it was, Synergy beat Ouroboros 2-1. So Ouroboros are still taking rounds from these top guys. They still are. They really are. Right, so let's see what our next lineup's going to be, because we're going to find out in a minute.
We have a round 2 coming up. Oh, and it is up. We have the matchup of Synergy versus Kicked Puppies, Smash Dash versus Team Braindead, Mariachis versus Gravity, In Your Face versus Dogman's Part-Timers, and Polaris versus Ouroboros. And Soyuz get to default.
What do we go for? I mean, Smash Dash versus Team Braindead, maybe? I feel like that's probably going to be the best lineup here.
Probably going to be the closest one.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from In Your Face versus Dogman's Part-Timers, which would just be very fun to watch, I feel. I kind of want to see Smash Dash versus Braindead. Because I think we can, with at least some level of confidence, say Synergy is probably going to win over Kick Puppies, even though it's going to be a fight. Mariachis probably not going to win over Gravity.
I mean, yeah, what I try and do is I'm trying to pit together the teams that are going to be the most evened. And
Yeah.
from what I just saw from Gecko's team, they're playing really well today, and I really enjoyed watching them play. And I want to see how Smash Dash, who can be very refined, you know, they don't destroy teams after teams. But at the moment, especially, I think they're very refined, and I want to see how they do.
Yeah, and Brain Dead was they just played beautifully. Every single play they played looked like it was just planned down to the minute, where it was obvious it wasn't. So I kind of want to see a little bit more of that, and it looks like they're not going to leave this lobby and actually invite people in here.
That's fine. I've got an invite. So
you have an invite? Wait, you have an invite? From whom?
From Jorgen.
Ah, we're not doing it in here. Okay. Oh. Martin is... I don't know what's happening.
I'll invite you, don't worry.
Cool. There we go.
Right, hopefully this time Gecko isn't difficult. I'll join this so that we can get on with it.
Oh. There we go.
Alrighty.
Are you getting like pulled away by the police right now? And no, not necessarily. My memory is so bad. There we go.
Come on, there are only 3. Yeah,
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, toys and squirrels.
Toys and squirrels?
We're just about ready. That's not my joke.
Missing an entire team, but we're just about ready. Yeah.
Well, we're halfway there. We have
Living
5.
on a prayer.
Oh, okay. No, that's copyrighted. We can't say that.
Oh, I mean, living on a. I don't care. See, I'm safe.
Hey.
Copyright can't touch me.
So hubris, hubris, young one. Young one, yeah, exactly. Oh, Jesus. It is so hot in here. I can barely think. Okay, I might need to open. You know what? Yeah, I have a quick fix for this.
Right, we're just trying to organize ourselves. So it seems to be every single time we join the team, Gecko's like, screw you.
God damn it. Well, I mean, we have the invite from before. It should still work. Oh, and we should of course say, if you have any suggestions in chat, whether it be for games we should play or whatever, please scream at us in chat. Because, yeah. That's the only way we're gonna see it. Because I don't have my thing open. Oh, there we go. I don't have my Discord open, so I'm probably not gonna see that.
Right. But
There we go.
Oh god, he's gonna be annoyed. Gecko and his demands. So at first he was saying that he's invited all 5 of us, we need to go join them, and then I managed to get him to come over here, but now he's saying that look, he's already switched to blue team. Gecko, you absolute princess. Stop. Why have you always got to be difficult?
We need to get more mattresses.
Oh
That
my
princess. Phew.
Yeah, Gravity versus Synergy is absolutely gonna be on our scorecard today.
Oh yeah, if that comes up, we're on there like
that is
something
like
we
if
need
my
to be on.
house, if someone sets fire to my house, right? I reckon I'll be like the captain from the Titanic. I will go down with the ship. I will stay here burning and cast this because
Yeah, and then right at the last second when you begin screaming, I'll just mute you and just continue on. It's fine.
that's the best way, because I wouldn't want the searing flesh and all the pain and screaming to be a hindrance to the people at home who are just trying to watch a little bit of Echo Arena, you know, and they're like, oh, what's that annoying noise?
We had some. Didn't we have something like this like last time where we also just ended up talking about death for a little bit. Jesus.
I believe the morbidity is something that we talk about. So it looks like Gecko is getting his way. He's managed to muscle the other team over to orange.
Wait, what? Okay.
Okay, so basically, I think because he's played for that color the last 2 games, it's for him. It's just like so he can register quickly. You're on my team. That's
Okay.
not my team.
Well, it does make sense. And
It does make sense, and it's happened to me. I'll be honest with you, it's not normally an issue for me. I usually pick up quite quickly, but there are some people, Gecko and Slin, who have.
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I was just listening to Ravel
okay.
say, trying to explain what's happening. My game lags when I'm orange. Dash, don't joke about things that he might say, because it might be true. In any case, I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. I really don't. I haven't been paying attention to if these guys have been playing much before, so let's find out.
Let's see who gets the joust here first. It does look like Team Braindead will be there almost instantly. Doing very well.
Gecko's going to go for a 3, but oh, Jorgen's not going to let that happen. I think Gecko was taking liberties there, thinking, Jorgen's not going to be able to get this, but he did indeed. Infinity's got in possession now, and Gecko is in a pace where he wants the disc. He's going to put himself into a nice position, and done. It's easy. It's over. I mean, not the whole game, obviously not, but
the first 2 points are there at least. And yeah, I think you cannot underestimate Jorgen. You cannot like that shot. He's not gonna, he's probably not gonna catch that. No. He's probably gonna catch that. You
don't know which stage Jorgen is in goal. That's right, Malone. You might be
true.
stage 1. It might be stage 4, and if it's stage 4, Jorgen, you're done. You're out of there. And in this case, it was at least stage 2. So he did get the save. I mean, he went for a 3. I mean, it wasn't. I'll be honest, I will call that an easy save. In any case, it looks like there is going to be an open goal for Smash Dash, and Sendo sinks that one home. Ravel, I think, was a little forced up. And now it's going to be the 3 points to Smash Dash. I think
that was efficient, I want to call that, because that was not, I'm looking here, 8 seconds. That was just a pass and gone. There we go. 2 points.
Their positioning there was fantastic, actually. Well, it was, I say fantastic. It was adequate, and it worked.
Good.
And therefore, it was very good.
They got the points they needed to just be at the forefront of this game.
Gecko is doing the QBing for this team right now, which is very advisable, to be honest with you. And Ravel has got himself in a position where he can slowly progress up. He's not got a huge amount of pressure. He just needs to make sure he doesn't get too blindsided right now, which he almost did. But he was able to get the sort of pass away. Infinity should be the first one there. She just has to calculate that bounce.
Yeah.
Sends it down to Gecko, who's able to catch that so that he's got something to do. Someone's chasing him. It's not going to bother him. Infinity straight back down to Ravel, who's again behind the goal and sinks it in. And
Beautiful.
it is now another 2 points.
Beautiful. That worked fantastic. That was a good setup, good execution. Now they're in the lead. Only 2 points, but they're still in the lead. If we don't get any more goals, they will win this round. And that's... I mean, I feel like it's basic to say, but that's a position you want to be in. You want to have more points.
Yeah, I'd say that, definitely. I mean, this is still a very close game right now. We've got, 1 point in it and 4 minutes to go. It's almost like this game hasn't happened yet. There's just so much to happen. But Jorgen's going to hold on to it, which was quite risky because they did come in fast. See, it does look like he's going to be the one that ends up with it. He's holding it for too long, and he's going to get pressured and angeled by Gecko, who then unfortunately sends it straight back down to Jorgen, who goes for the boop shot, but is not able to pull it off like he does. Gecko zooming out of nowhere. Finds the disc. He's just going to hold on to it. He knows he's got time. His team is stacked, and the moment his team is stacked, he went for it. Ravel being able to hold on to his block for as long as possible, but in the end, not long enough. Gecko sending it back. There's a lot of pressure going on right now. I'm not sure where Finny and Ravel are going. They were boosting, but it wasn't to the disc. And he's going to be another open goal, and C is going to punish that for 3 points, and now it's going to be Smash Dash that are in the lead.
And that's an important part of it, that it is 3 points, because now they're not 1 goal away from getting overtaken, they're 1 goal away from being even. Again,
Yeah,
they
and it looked like to
just
me
extend
that
a little bit.
Infinity and Ravel found each other, but immediately they went to autopilot and went, right, let's dash back to our area. But the disc was close to them. And I think I've seen that a lot before, sometimes from Ravel. But in that case, it could have been that they just bumped their heads as well. I don't really remember.
He might have just panicked and just, yeah, as you said, went to autopilot. That's not what you want to happen, but that's just what happens sometimes.
Poor timing down from Ravel to Affinity. Affinity with a slap back that landed exactly where it needed to be. A nice control pass down to Ravel, who's in a good position. He's just going to wait until he's got something to do, but they are waiting really last minute. Infinity comes down and slaps that in. Punched out at the exact moment, but now it's 6 and 6.
That was really. I didn't quite catch what happened there. It looked like it went straight through Ravel's body. Not Ravel's body.
Yeah, I think they kind of knocked each other out at the same time, or even so. There's no clipping for the body, but Ravel is holding onto that disc and getting rid of it quite last minute. Now, Sia did that a minute ago, and he got punished for it. So I'm wanting to see if Ravel is going to end up having that same situation happen to him. I'm going to call it a little prediction. In any case, it's a great. They're doing the blast. They're doing the blast thingy right now, and it's difficult if you don't get that QB right. Then you're going to get it caught. And, you know, Gecko and Boop were doing that for ages when they're on blast. And Finity has got a low ping, and she's a fantastic booster. So if you know, and the same with Boop, actually. So if you're on the back of someone like that, being able to pull off to the side and grab the disc is actually quite easy. And if you're QBing, a simple left and right is not going to be the way to do it unless you time that well. Either that needs to be immediate, fast and wide, or play it short. That's basically your option.
Yeah. Oh, and they're just going for it again now. It is even, but we do have possession straight away from Smash Dash.
He's taking his eyes off the disc. That's a worrying thing. Whenever C gets the... Oh, is he going to be in?
Oh!
Oh, it's a ding! C is one of those players that the second he catches the disc, he takes his eyes off the play and straight to the goal. I've seen it from another guy I know who used to do that. But it can be a problem because sometimes the pressure and the threat is still alive, and you don't want to necessarily look at the goal. You want to look at your passing options and your danger options. But... right now, Finity has got herself disc. She's going to give a nice little pass back. That's one thing Finn's very good at doing. Sometimes she'll give that disc back immediately, but unfortunately this time it doesn't look like she was looking at the disc when Gecko passed it to her, but they are ready for the stack. And I reckon if they stay stacked, they will be faster than they were able to. So now it's going to be a nice clear and boost from those guys. They'll probably calculate for the bounce. They did. Then he just got to go for the shot. And again, I'm starting to believe Gecko when he says that his shooting has been better recently. He told us this last night, and me and Lego laughed, as anyone would when Gecko says he's good at shooting. But I haven't seen him miss a shot properly in like 2 games now. So I'm gonna go out and say Gecko's shooting has improved. And until such time as I see lots of dings and him saying just kidding, I'm gonna roll with that, because why not?
Yeah, he's been doing quite a bit better, and his passing has been improved quite a bit. There's been some mistakes here and there, but you know, we're only human. That's to be expected.
Yeah, I mean, Gecko's passing has never really been a problem. I'd say it's always kind of been one of his strengths. I don't think Gecko would admit it, but his shooting has always been quite atrocious for a top player. Then, that being said, like he's at the moment, he's taken that and he's gone, well, we'll see. And he's hitting these shots, and not just as well. He's hitting them fast, he's hitting them accurately. I hope he can keep it up. Disc is wild at the moment, and it's going to be Gecko that manages to collect it and put it in. And this round, although started quite close, has kind of started to tilt quite heavily in the favour of blue team over here.
Yeah, Braindead they've taken off with the scores a little bit. They're now 7 points ahead. Not an impossible lead to catch up on, but you only have 11 minutes, 1 minute and 11 seconds to do it, and that's a short amount of time to do that in. And I mean, I think they can do it, but they're gonna have to be on point every single second of the last remaining minute.
So a random bounce. I'm not sure what that QB was. It looked like a clear. They tried to bounce to each other, or someone was out of position. I'm not really sure what Smash Dash were doing there, but it does look like if they're not careful, they're going to be severely punished for it. Although Jorgen does look like he's the one with the disc. He manages to just about clear it. No, I think that's still live in the middle, and it's going to be Gecko that gets it. He's punched out though, so Jorgen's going to take it, who immediately just throws it away rather than giving it to Sia, although it could have bounced in. Sendo's got the disc now. He could easily take this 1v1, and he does. See, that's something that Jorgen sometimes does, is he has the disc and he immediately slams it away. Now, that isn't necessarily the worst thing to do, because sometimes it's better to do that than just say get punched out and give it to the enemy team. But sometimes some people, they do it too much. and
Yeah.
that can be a problem.
You wanna, if you can get it, you want possession rather than getting a decent clear. I feel like
Sear was open then, like 100%. He was open.
yeah. I think I've gotten something mixed up in my brain, but I'll ask you that question later because right now we have a little bit of a thing from Braindead here.
I think this it's quite clear to say that this is going to be the first round to.
It's probably going to be the first round to Braindead. We might see a goal here or there, but there's only 16 seconds left, so there's not enough time to get those points they need. They might get a little bit of time in right here.
Wow.
So just
Hold on though, but hold your horses for a second. If they get a 3-pointer in 12 seconds,
I mean,
they can draw this.
it's a big if. It's a big if, and Braindead has
but
shown a lot of willingness to just slow
Yeah,
play.
it's a big if, but and Gecko is the one that's going to be doing this QB, and he's notoriously difficult to take the disc from in that first window. So let's find out what happens this time. What a Smash Dash going to do when they have 10 seconds to do something? I think it's is it cleared? Oh, it's not. It's free, but it's not going to be enough time. Not even slightly. And so it's going to be 13 to Braindead, I think they're called now.
13 to Team Braindead for the first round here.
I mean, I wouldn't call this a close game, but I would also call it a close game. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, it was right at the end there. We saw a glimmer of hope that was quickly snuffed out by the timer. And yeah, there just wasn't enough time. But we might see Smash Dash come back in the last round here. Sorry, the second round. It might be the last round. We're not too sure yet. Wait, Sia's a dude, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So Smash Dash were punished. Then they got a lot. They got at least 6 points against them, all because of a QB. And if that hadn't have happened, actually, in the end, Smash Dash would have won. In terms of leaving goals open and positioning, it was Smash Dash that won that. But if you're gonna, if your QB is a predictable left and right at a slow speed when the time, it's gonna be cool. And it's not like people shouldn't be expecting this now. You know, a lot of teams can do this now. They can catch it. Finity was able to get to the disc first. She's gonna. Oh, I thought she was gonna try and duck her assailant then, but then she did sort of, which is what led to an awkward pass to Gecko rather than just going straight for the pass. He's got pressure on him, but he does manage to get the pass down to Finity. Kind of slipped through her hands a little bit there, and she doesn't get it. Jorgen with the slap. It's a slap that should benefit them, but it looks like actually Gecko is going to be the one to collect it. He's got his options. They're in good positions right now. They've got themselves in a nice little triangle, which is difficult to mark. Finity on the floor looking for who she's got. It's going to be Ravel who's on the point. Oh, saved though! He made that look easy, but not twice, unfortunately. The issue when you save it that close and you clear it away is that often that will just come collected straight back into the hands of someone, and it's done.
Yeah, you feel that sort of release, that relief of, oh, I saved it. But you have to still be on point. You have to still be there. Because, yeah, as you said, it's going to probably be picked up. You cannot let up unless that disc is in the other half. Unless you're sure it's not going to be there. So that was maybe just because of, well, maybe because of a little bit of panic. But I'm not too sure. And either way, it's going to be 2 points for Braindead right at the start here.
Absolutely. It's a very awkward bounce at the moment. Finity's punched out and the disc is wild, but it looks like Ravel should be able to get there, but he waited a little bit oddly, and now he's managed to get that slap away. But there was a moment where he hesitated, where he thought, could I? And in that moment, he definitely could have. Gecko's getting punched out in the tunnel, which means it's going to be free for Jorgen, who doesn't manage to slap it away this time. Ravel will collect that, and now he needs to find his guys. But there is someone very deep, so Gecko's staying nice and easy for him, which was smart. But Finity was deep as hell right then, and he had no chance to pass it. There's a little bit of struggle going on right now. Disc is clear, and this could be dangerous. This could be very dangerous if they don't get there first. And it doesn't look like they're quite there yet. Finity's going to opt for a slap. I think she probably thought they were closer to her than they were. She had a little bit more time than that. Oh, looks like some tracking issues possibly then, and it was got... What happened then? Did he just drop it?
Sendo had some tracking issues, and I think he was real disconnected. He dropped it, so that's actually what caused this Gecko to be able to have this now. That was unfortunate for Sendo.
Got the disc. He's going to find Ravel. who's going to find Finity, who's going to go for the 1v1, and it's not saved this time, and it's now 4 points.
There we go. That was...
A lot of sensor issues. Is this the best advertisement for the Rift S? Maybe? Who knows?
Let's... Oof, that's up. I haven't actually looked at the Rift S, but I've only heard things about it in relation to pro Echo
for
play.
another time.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to repeat some of the mistakes of some. Yeah.
Let's not go into that right now, as Team Braindead
In any case,
not have the possession. It
Dash
is...
have got 3 minutes to do something about this 4-point lead, and there's no reason why they can't do it. Sendo is in a good place. Oh, it's a difficult pass to him though. Sendo's going to have to do something. He does. Oh, and it's saved off his head. Now they just need to go for the old clearing boost if they don't get punched out, but they look like they got interrupted. The Smash Dash are the first ones there, but they are not the first ones to the disc, and Finity is going to put that away. It's so heartbreaking to see when this happens. It is so heartbreaking. But you see people get to the disc area faster, but they don't end up with it in their hands, and it's that kind of speed versus control. You know, almost like a tortoise and hare situation. Sometimes it's better to just hold on to your guy when you know you're going fast and push off when you know that you can get to it, rather than just hitting your head into a wall as fast as you can.
Yeah, he was going too fast for his own good and just shot straight into the ceiling, and that's not what you want to be when the disc is on the floor. So going with a QB, sending it down to Sia. Just going for a little bit of a slow play here, not going for anything.
Nice little pass back to Jorgen. They're setting up for something now. C's kind of floating in the wrong place, which means he's going to be a difficult pass, but he does manage to get it from the bounce. He's probably going to go for the shot, but he goes for the pass, which was the right thing to do. Sendo passes it back to Jorgen. He's just got to get away from his guy, puts it high. Gecko was in a low position there and was unable to get it, which means it's now back to that 4-point lead with 2 minutes to go. So we've just basically darted around for a minute, some stuff has happened, and we're back to where we were.
Yeah, we're almost like we've seen this game played just beforehand. A lot of the same things are happening. Jorgen getting some good saves in there, but ultimately failing to get that second one that always comes. And we might see Smash and Dash get back a little bit earlier. Smash Dash. Smash Dash. Get there a little bit earlier.
Oh, it's a miss QB from Gecko, who does a just kidding. He was able to bounce it back to him like the lucky aftershock guys. Never mind those guys. Finity is waiting to see what our option could be. Ravel was able to be that guy. Pressured by Jorgen a little bit, but Ravel's not buying it. He's going to wait his time and take the shot instead, and that's the right thing to do. And there we go. I think Jorgen tried to kind of stress him into taking the shot. He kind of pushed up forward a little bit, but Ravel knows that trick, so he just waited and, yeah.
And got the goal. And
Rift S Avas. I like that one, Dash.
that's a good one. But yeah, for 6 points now, 1 minute 40 seconds left. It's looking a lot like last game. I said this a couple of times. Let's see if Smash Dash, if they need to get their act together now, they can probably recover. But if not, if they let one more goal come in from Team Braindead, it is more or less over.
C has got an attack going on right now. Infinity is going to go for the... That was a really good move from Infinity then. But it didn't work out for them, unfortunately, because the goalie jumped out. But what Finity did, which I might bring up at a later date, is she went over to cover the pass and then pushed off the person that she was covering to then go and pressure the person with this. I'm not sure how deliberate that was, and I'm absolutely certain she'll say it was. And even so, it was a great thing to do, and it worked. Until the point where the goal was open, and then it didn't work so much. But she did her job.
Yeah, that's not her mistake, so let's chastise her for that. But
exactly.
In the end, Smash and Dash do get a goal, and this might be the return to form we've seen. Let's hope it is.
QB straight down to Ravel. I mean, look how quick you can put it away. See, you see what happened there is Gecko knows that the hardest thing, other than a short pass in a different location to the usual QB, is just throwing it as fast as you can. I mean, if you throw that disc immediately, fast, accurately to the person in the tunnel, that blast joust thing where you jump off to the side and catch the disc is very difficult to do, and that is exactly what he did then. And they weren't able to catch it. He got straight back down to Ravel, and he just put it away. I mean, in no time at all that happened.
Yeah, that was 8 seconds. That's a hell of an efficient goal, especially when you are that far ahead. You have 6 points you need to go and grab for smash and dash. Smash dash, Jesus. So that's
Disc is free right now. It could be an easy 3-point for Finny if she wants it. She's just got to wait, and she does. Lines it up,
There we
and
go.
once again, Smash Dash, they fight, and they struggle, and they keep it close. And then it just doesn't work anymore, and it's just like they are crumbling. It's quite strange because this is exactly what happened. You know, there's like a tug of war, and then suddenly, boom, it all goes.
yeah, it's almost like the dam has broken and now water is just flowing through, and there's nothing that Smash Dash can really do. Because I mean, yeah, it's still a minute left, but they have to catch 11 points up, and it's just looking less and less likely.
It is indeed. See it with the pass over to
Oh.
Ravel. Ravel, wonderful
Good
save
one.
again. Sendo would like another go at this. He leaves the disc behind, unfortunately. Sia is there, and he leaves the disc behind this time on shield. Guys, you can't pass through the shield. Come on. Find someone. Sendo's looking for his guy. I would probably say the one behind the goal is a better one, but he moves. He moves from the spot he was on, which means now, oh, this build-up is not working out. Ravel will take that all day of the week. Clears it away. That could have worked, but there was just no full coordination between them then, and it was like every single time they went to pass, someone moved away, and that was just it was like they were a new team for a moment. It was unfortunate to see.
Yeah, they were getting very, very frustrated.
Yeah, for Smash Dash can do much better with that. Gecko's just gonna take it home with him because he knows nothing can happen at this point. But little C is gonna put it away anyway.
Yeah, I think Smash Dash were getting frustrated. They were just they tried, and then there was like mistake here and there that just made it worse. Like trying to get it through the shield, or just like missing it on the block and stuff like that. I think that was just a bad end to a frustrating game.
Yeah, I mean, you can punish all the individual things, but the main thing they've got to work on is their QB. This is what I don't understand. If your QB is being caught over and over again, and Smash Dash, they've been a team for a long time now, and they have had their QB caught for a long time now. I have caught it. Boop has caught it. Gecko has caught it. It's a very, very slow, easy intercept QB. You mix it up, match it up. Gecko saw it and went, right, I don't want that to happen to me. And although I can sometimes do that to Gecko with the fast thing he's doing right now, as long as he's accurate with that, it's a very difficult QB to catch. And it's like if there's a problem, you need to address that problem. But just going, oh, that's unlucky, it's not going to work out for you. It's not going to work out for you.
Yeah, we've said it many times before in many different forms, but you have to be differing. You have to have different strategies. You have to have different play styles if you can. You have to have like as many things that you can differ up between rounds, between games, between cups, the better. Because if you keep your opponents on their toes constantly, they're just gonna play worse because they won't necessarily have a answer for a strategy they don't know is coming. They won't have that ready. So you need to, I mean, if you can have like 10 strategies and say, well, each game we're just gonna cycle through these 10 strategies, and next week we're gonna have another 10 strategies. Like that would be the optimum. It would be very tough.
I mean,
very
it works
tough.
like this. You've got teams. I'm not going to mention team names, but I can think of a certain team that comes up with strategies that don't really have a purpose other than the fact that they think it's different, right? But there are strategies that are known and used that already have a purpose and can do its own thing. And there are strategies out there right now and tactics and very basic things that work.
Yeah.
And it's very strange. It's like it's just very, very bizarre. It's like saying, okay, well, I need to bring in the groceries. Well, I can't carry all these things. What should I do? And supermarkets are like, oh, we'll put them in this carrier bag for you. And it's like, okay, problem solved. And then it's
That
like another
works.
supermarket sees that and goes, nah, balance them on your head, because then you don't have to carry them all. And
Yeah.
it's like, all right, interesting, but why not use the carrier bags?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I said it wrong. Don't make new strategies to make new strategies, but constantly
exactly right.
change up what happens. because if you don't want to like pass left. I think you told me like don't pass left every time, because people are just gonna go left because they know you're gonna pass left.
I mean, the thing is, and when it comes to the thing that Finity and Gecko are doing right now, and it's the same thing that Boop and because back in the day, what I used to do is I used to push off, calculate, guess, and try and catch the QB, but it was ridiculously high risk and ridiculously high reward, but it was usually with a success rate of about 3 in 10 if I was lucky. And yeah, those 3 point. Then I still need to get the shot, and let's not even talk about my shooting statistics. But we're the thing is what Boop and Gecko came up with, or did, or whoever adopted it, I don't know. But they quite simply is they're stationed early. So if that QB is paused enough, just enough, and the QB is slow enough, and they will re-grab over to it, left and right. So it doesn't really matter whether it's left or right. Yeah, sure. If you're QBing to the one side all the time, it's going to make it easier because they're going to be mentally ready. And also, if you send one guy deep and one guy to the left, nobody likes throwing it to a tunnel with no one in it. That's the problem. So that also can happen as well. But if you're against a team that can do that, left and right are not your friends unless you do it fast, like Gecko did it. Or if you come up with something at, like, at the end of the day, it's not going to be something to do. And I feel like if I was QBing, I would do anything other than just keep throwing it and watching it getting caught.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it really shouldn't work more than once or twice in a row without some kind of answer. And yet it does.
Exactly. And that's where the sort of meta game of keeping your cool, keeping your mental fortitude up, you have to be like, I mean, it's been said a lot, but whether you think you can do it or you can't, you're going to be right. If you think you can do it, if you think you can win, you have a much better shot at winning than if you think we're going to lose. Then you're not going to throw well, you're not going to pass when you need to pass, you're not going to be as fast because you're demoralized. So that's also a meta game. When things are just not working, you need to be on point, so okay, we can win if we do this, if we change it up.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Europe tends to have a very different style of QB to the Americans. So I remember when I played at Leicester for Land, I immediately that was apparent. And it tends to be that the NAs, they like to play it more safe. They play it shorter, and they use the middle part of the arena a lot more. We like a little bit more of a long game tunnel situation. We like to set it up so that by the time the QB has let go of that disc, our team already has it deep into the enemy half. And that can sometimes work, but that should not be your default, or at least if it is your default, you need to have an answer if a different question is asked. And if you're as soon as you've got those people stacking up, jumping off and catching that, you go, right, that's not happening again, not this game. And if it's to watch it happen over and over again, that is when, as a team, you need to go, right, what's our answer to this?
Yeah, exactly. But with all that said, we have more or less all the rounds for round, or all the games for round 2 have been played. We have Synergy versus Kick Puppies, which unsurprisingly resulted in a 2-0 for Synergy. Mm-hmm. Sorry with the default. Smash Dash losing to Team Braindead to 0-2. Team Gravity winning over Mariachis 2-0, and In Your Face winning over Duckman's Part-Timers with 2-0. Nothing.
I'm hoping we're going to have really that Synergy Gravity game. Probably. I feel it's close. I feel it's close, and I'm excited.
There's 5 rounds for it to happen. It's going to be in there.
I know, hopefully. But I'm excited because these are 2 very, very good teams. And we've seen a lot from Gravity, but we haven't seen a huge amount from Synergy in terms of the amount of times we've got a chance to see them play. And they're a really, really, really good team. But it only takes a little bit of focus loss, and Synergy seem to really struggle with that. Last week, they were completely tuned into the Matrix. Like, these guys were on fire, and then they got their first game against Gravity out of the way, and they won it, so they plowed through the rest of the tournament. They did beat Ouroboros this time around, but they lost a round to them, and I don't know how that's going to affect their confidence. Especially from Lego, that might be something that's going to plague his brain. But who knows? At the end of the day, they played tremendously last week, and there's no reason why they won't do that again today. Having said that, Gravity, they got knocked off their throne a little bit. And there is nothing more empowering than a little bit of a reality check. And that is honestly, it is. Sometimes that can be the best thing that you can have as a team, is a little bit of a slap. And I feel personally that Gravity are going to turn up today in absolute form. If I'm honest,
yeah,
that's my prediction.
Yeah, because I mean, they've been on top, like solidly on top for such a long time that I mean, I've seen this with other teams in other sports, whether it be esports or regular sports. You kind of lose that fire. You need like to be able to just have that just desire to win, and you kind of lose that when it just happens all the time. And there's, that's just a thing that happens. It needs to be something you continuously work for, and that, as you say, is, I think, the most empowering thing, is that you want to win, and you want to win more than everyone else. Then you're probably going to get there.
Everyone wants to win, and the wanting to win isn't really the problem. It's the expecting to win that's a problem. And I know this from, I played on a very low end team when I first started ESL, and then I went from that to doing it to Aftershock. And when I was on Aftershock, we were suddenly a team that were expected to win most games. All right, with the exception of maybe one team, we were almost always expected to beat those other teams, and that expectation was not a nice feeling. The expectation was horrible. Being the underdog feels great. It does. The underdog feels fantastic.
And I don't want to call Gravity the underdog just yet, but I see what you mean.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Let's just make that clear. They are not the underdogs.
They're not the
However,
underdogs.
they are absolutely went from being this unbeatable team more or less to being momentarily dethroned, which means rather than having an underdog mentality, they've now got we need to try for this. We need to the expectation, because if they lose again, then Synergy are going to they're going to start creating the reputation for themselves that they are the number one EU team at the moment. I mean, it only takes 2 or 3 cup wins in a row for that reputation to begin to formulate. Although obviously it doesn't immediately make it true.
It's gonna take some time and some doing for Synergy to be the best in EU, I think. But it's like with Synergy beating Gravity, I feel like it's also both a little bit of a boost, hopefully, to Gravity, but probably also a boost to everyone else, where they're like, oh, okay, the gods bleed, to steal a phrase from 300, I think. Where you're like, okay, they can be beat. They're not just, it's not just a game about coming second, it's a game about, okay, we can actually do this now. So I hope that it's gonna just boost everyone's kind of, just their will to win.
Yeah, I feel like whoever's going to come out of this today, I hope it's a close game, because both teams deserve to be performing against each other close right now, and that's my philosophy on it. I hope it's a close game purely for that reason.
It's probably gonna be.
I think because if either team gets quite thoroughly punished by the other team, it's not going to be good. Synergy are going to feel like it maybe that that people are going to think it was a one-off, and that this is their natural order of things and this is their natural place. Gravity might think, maybe this is going to be a big problem for us. Maybe we're going to be entering into this tournament as the second best team now, and those questions, even if they're not really valid at this stage, for the sake of a couple of games that don't technically mean that much at this stage, it will still be something that will start to grow in the back of their and other people's minds, and I hope it's a close game.
I hope so too, and it's more exciting.
I mean, why don't we have that game, let alone a close game? We haven't even, for all I know, we haven't got that yet.
We're probably gonna have that game unless Gravity or Synergy start to lose constantly, because they both won their games. So unless they start to lose constantly, we're gonna see that game. So I wouldn't be too worried. But we're just waiting for our final results to come in. It is Polaris versus Ouroboros. I feel like Polaris may be giving Ouroboros a little bit of a run for their money. A little bit of a fight.
I'm surprised if Polaris are playing as they were playing. I would be surprised if that is the case. However, Ouroboros are, again, quite unique in their ways that they are very passy team. And maybe the pressure from Polaris is causing them issues. Or one of them is a bit lazy and has forgotten to submit the results. That is also a possible thing.
That might be. Let's hope not. Let's hope they haven't gone for a hamburger and are actually here. I can't remember who that was, but that was... Whew. It was a good 15-minute wait, I think. But yeah, that was, I think, all around... We've seen some quite close games, and I talked about this with Jersey yesterday. The just stating like who wins the most games is not almost not always representative of what actually happened, because these two games were both in some ways close and in some ways not close, but still there were some moments there where we might have seen a turnaround. We might have seen a comeback from the underdog team, Smashing Dice or Polaris. So I'm glad we streamed them. Let's just say that. Let's just update this page and see that the scores have not yet been entered. Lala's in chat. We need to be careful.
Uh-oh, it's Lala the Fox. You kept the Fox part. You kept the Fox part. You went from Atomic Fox, you didn't like it because it was Fox, and then you called... I'm sorry, that tickled me. So she was called Atomic Fox, right?
Yeah.
FOTS. And I thought that she didn't like it because of the Fox part. So when I saw she had a different name, and it was Lala the Fox, it was just like, I don't know.
Atomic was the problem, apparently.
Atomic
this one's
was
weird. Nah. That one's good. Lala the Fox. It sounds like a character in a children's fairy tale. It's good.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It lacks some Lala.
Doesn't sound too fun.
I think this community lacked some Lala until you sprung upon us. So now you're here.
Huh?
You will Lala's. We found her on the street, and then we were like, "Yeah, you'll do." And then we just brought her into the community. Didn't you know that?
You look okay. Get in.
Yeah, that's
Like that.
exactly
Like that
exactly
crazy
what happened.
taxi game. I think.
Exactly. Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
What was it called?
It was called Crazy Taxi, I think. And when you like go up to someone and you almost run him over, he's one of the characters like, "You look okay. Get in."
Yep.
That's a really good line. What? Rabies? Jesus. Isn't that really deadly?
Rabies?
Yeah.
But I had rabies. No, it really does. You're welcome. Got it. I mean, that is what I expect from someone who's called Lala.
Pretty much like every spot.
That's the international noise for someone who's
For someone that's
Lala.
a bit, ooh.
Still waiting on Polaris and Ouroboros. I think we're just going to chase this up right now to see what is going on with the results. I mean, I imagine it's gone to a 2-1. It's simply it must have.
Hopefully.
So, explain to me what's with this Shakespearean introduction. What spawned you to go with Shakespeare, and
Well.
how dare you do Shakespeare without speaking to me about it first? I could have coached you on this.
Well, yesterday I was feeling a little bit inspired, and I was getting bored of the intros where just scream and just say something, kind of coherent, kind of not, and then we start. I wanted to do something. I wanted to plan something out. So I think I turned the Christmas rhyme. I can't remember. It's just been yesterday. I can't actually remember it. But it was 'Twas the night before Christmas. That whole story.
Oh, the night before Christmas. Yeah.
I turned that into an echo version of that. And
When did you do that?
Yesterday. And
Why the flip would you take something Christmassy in April?
I had that, for some reason I had that in my brain for the last couple of days.
Okay.
So I just kind of did that.
But
And the people liked
ever
it.
Christmas Christmas. No Christmas. Anything. I don't even like the fact I said Christmas. Let's just
Well, there was no mention of Christmas in it. I turned it around. Don't worry.
You know what?
There
I'm
was
moving
no
on.
mention of Christmas.
Who here is buying a Rift S the moment they can, just because they want to have it? I am.
I'm
You see,
not.
I have
don't
got
money.
4 sensors in this room, and I have one of those Star Trek mech cards, all right, that cost like $100 or whatever it was as well. I have a PC with good power and good juice, with lots of nice USB 3s and plenty of USB 2s, and yet I have tracking issues that I cannot fix, no matter what I do. I've replaced the Rift, the controllers, the sensors, the extensions, the order, the lighting, everything. For some reason, I get issues now and then.
I think it's because you have 4 sensors.
No. Again, I've tried. I got 4 because the 3 I was using was giving me issues, right? And what I did is I put a 4th one there that you know kind of did something at the time. And I tried 3 the other day. Nothing. Make no difference.
It's
just
yeah. I feel like that problem's probably gonna persist because they're not gonna rewrite the tracking technology.
Well, they have rewritten the tracking technology. Rift S is going to be it's not inside out. It's outside. It's not outside in. It's inside out tracking.
Yeah.
It's
well, I mean, have they rewritten it, or have they just adapted it to work like that? Because if they just adapted it, it's still gonna be kind of iffy.
I mean, it's completely different. It's cameras rather than sensors. So yeah, it's going to be the technology itself is completely different. Otherwise, we'd be able to use it with the current sensors. I mean, I'm only hoping it's going to be better, but you know, I'm not exactly someone that wrangles the disc around my back most of the time anyway. But I don't know. I mean, I tried the Quest OC5 and it worked quite well. Wow, Lala, you used your Twitch Prime for this one, but not for mine, when everyone else did. And one of my followers even bought you Twitch Prime, not Twitch Prime.
She's allowed because I'm subscribed to you, so she's allowed. Let's not talk about how I got that subscription. It's just important that I have it, and then now she's allowed. That's fine. Thank you, Lala.
Amazing. All right, let's see if this moves on from now.
Oh.
We're still waiting on this game.
Still waiting on it. It must be a hell of a fight. I mean, I can only imagine the crazy plays, the upset that's been happening right now. Maybe Ouroboros is going 5-0 against Polaris. Who knows? Who knows what's even happening in there?
I don't know. I can only imagine there's been some kind of tracking issue or something like that that's caused it. But I'm trying to. If we look at the rankings as they are now, Team Gravity with the 2-0, Synergy with the 2-0, Team Braindead. You know what we might see next though? We might see Gravity versus Team Braindead.
We might.
And that would mean that Synergy would have to play someone else.
Well, they have to play whoever wins out here. So either Ouroboros or Polaris.
So it looks to me like it will be Ouroboros, Gravity, and Synergy and Braindead. That's what I think we're going to see. Or it'll be Ouroboros. No, because Ouroboros has already played Synergy. So yeah, I think it's going to be Ouroboros, Braindead, and then Synergy, Gravity.
What if Polaris wins it out, though?
I don't think. Well, Polaris don't. They're already lost.
What?
I see what you're saying. All right, it was 2-1. Okay, it looks like we're done.
Oh, we are done. Okay, yeah, a 2-1. That's good.
So we've got
Polaris.
Gravity versus Synergy, baby! It's the game. It's the one.
So we need to get in that. But just to keep people updated, it is 2-1 to Ouroboros. They won with 2 points to 1 over Polaris. So going into our third game here, yeah, we are going to watch Team Gravity versus Synergy. There is also being played right now Team Braindead versus Mariachis, In Your Face versus Kick Puppies, Soyuz versus Polaris, and Smash Dash versus Ouroboros, with Dogman Part-Timers getting a bye. Could you write the appropriate people? It sounds like you're already doing it.
I need. Definitely.
So this is, for people that are unaware, this is the game we've been waiting on, because we have seen Gravity win, we've seen Synergy win over Gravity, that was interesting. We haven't seen that in quite a while, Gravity losing more than a map at a time. So that was a little bit of an upset. I say a little bit, quite a bit of an upset. So we are looking forward to seeing what will happen here. Oh, so... Ow! God!
Right. Just negotiating with Lego.
Negotiating? What do you... He's not even in that game.
No, Lego is in the Synergy game.
Oh, I thought you meant Gecko. Jesus. Wait, why are you negotiating with Lego?
Because Lego is versus Gravity. We're gonna be, and Lego is joking. He doesn't want it streamed. At least I hope he's joking. Either way, I think he's a bit worried, and he just needs to clear his head and get on with it.
Okay, well I'm in there, so if they don't want me in there, they need to say it. Like.
Did I not just join that? What? Matchmaking failed. What?
Matchmaking failed. Oh, failed to find a creator server.
Oh, we're already here.
Wait, what? Oh, of course.
I think so.
Wait,
Maybe
what's
just
happened?
waiting to go in.
Could you send me a quick invite?
No, Malaran, why should I send you one? Get out! Stop taking over my job.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be a hell of a boring stream if you don't.
Party invite unknown error. What?
Wait,
What?
what's happened?
I've never had that before. Party invite error unknown.
What?
Um.
What's happening?
Okay, well, I'm trying again. I'm joining the match, and maybe that fixes it.
Okay,
That might be one to report to the rad guys after this.
it might be
It's already known to them, which is possible. I'm not keeping up.
unknown
Let's
error.
try that
That's
again.
never good.
Okay, did you get that time?
Let's wait a bit.
Give it a sec.
There we go.
Straight to spectate. What about your pro?
Joining match.
Hell yeah.
Get it?
I did.
Okay, cool. In the tutorial, in the orange corner, we're gonna have Synergy. In the blue corner, Gravity.
There we go. There we go. This is the map. This is the map? This is the game we've been waiting for.
This is the one we've been looking for. Let's just make sure that both sides, both sides play really well.
Play good.
I just don't want a tracking issue, and I don't want I just don't want one of those. Oh, if only this didn't happen, then we would have won. Like, I want a clear, concise, fun. Yeah, I want everyone to come away from this and be like, "Oh, that was a tough match. You both did really well."
I agree.
Are you? Never mind. I know what you're doing. I know the distance to your bathroom.
That's a creepy sentence.
Yeah, but says the guy who's talking. You know what? I promise to be way more professional. I'm gonna continue on that. Blue team are ready, by the way. Shake.
There we go. The shaking has
wash your
commenced,
hands.
and I am here. I do. I can multitask.
Okay, sure. All right. Anyway, here we go.
Speaking of washing your hands, we are going into our third game here in a little bit. I don't know. I just had to get something.
Not even close. Not even close. But it doesn't matter, mate, because they are off. So it looks like Gravity are going to be doing the naughty launch, and it looks like so are Polaris. Not Polaris, the other one, Synergy. So let's see who it is that's going to get to the disc first. And it looks like it's going to be Gravity easily. I think Synergy might have messed theirs up a little bit there.
Messed theirs up quite a bit. They didn't even get out their own area before they just kind of stopped.
They
Unfortunately.
probably decided not to. So Vartrex has got it right now. He's going to pass down fast to Boop, who was not able to get it in time. There's a fight going on. Matty's got the disc. He's going to go for a clear. It's not the perfect clear, but actually it works out pretty well. Niliwick is on his own, though, and he's got no one to boost with him, and he got punched out. I'm not sure he was aware that happened. Boop is in possession of the disc at the moment, so he's just got to find his guy. Nice little gentle pass up to Affentera, who's going to... Didn't even see Vitrex up there, and I'm not sure Affentera did either. I think he decided to go for a bounce pass then. So Synergy go for the disc, but they both miss it. That's not like them. Vitrex getting to the disc first, but it's definitely going to be one of the Gravity boys that finishes with it. A lovely little pass around the back of Niliwick then to Affentera, who can push himself straight up now. Vitrex is waiting. He's going to find his find someone. He's going to go for the shot. Matty's going to deny it, but clears it straight back into Affentera. Passes it over to Boot, who puts it above Matty for the first point on the board to Gravity.
There we go.
I feel for Matty. I too understand the pain of saving and then immediately clearing into the enemy, or worse, into the shield and then into your own goal.
Yeah, but at least that was a fantastic save. That was really, really good. But
It was a good save.
the follow-up maybe needs to be worked on a little bit.
Let's see what Synergy are going to do for their QB right now. It's going to be Lego who passes it fast straight down the tunnel, bounces over to Niliwick. I'm not sure if that was the goal or not. I don't think it was. In any case, Lego, it looks like he's going to be the one that's heading back to goal at the moment. It's going to be a 1v1 versus Viatrex, but Viatrex will probably opt to pass that to someone who does find Affentera, who is a nice place. Boop's also sitting there waiting for it. He's going to pass it across nice and fast over to Viatrex, who's going to finish that one in the exact same place that the last goal was scored, putting them up by another 2 points. Something seems a little bit bizarre about Synergy right now. They seem very distracted.
They seem off.
They really do. So there's something very bizarre, and Lego seems very his mannerisms in this just seem to be a lot more. I can't explain it, but like I'm kind of used to reading. Yeah, I've kind of used to reading his physicality in this game, and it just seems different right now. But I could be projecting. So
maybe. I mean, in any case, Gravity is strong out the gate, and they are playing fantastically. Although just missing that out a little bit there, not too big of a deal though.
Niliwick is open underneath the goal, but he's going to go for the shot instead. Lego does, and it is a miss, but it's only just, and it does bounce straight back to, but it's saved and put straight back in again. Affentera saved it, but I think he felt a little bit too safe, and Niliwick was close, and he dunked that back in again.
Just hit
that was a decent shot attempt from Lego. I feel for him there, because you know what, that could have been a 3, and Lego's shooting's actually as well been very decent recently, and he
it has. It really did improve compared to that one cup where he missed
that one
almost
cup.
every.
Yeah.
Phew,
the Missgate 2019.
Missgate. that was a rough one for him, but he has improved, and we do see it here. Let's hope he will improve just a little bit more in this game and hit all the shots he needs to.
Boop with the disc at the moment. Viatrex looks like he's free, and so is Affentera. He's going to send it straight back to Boop. High pressure from him at the moment, but Viatrex wasn't. But the stack has now been put together by those two, and that means that they've got the pressure, and he was only just able to get that back off again, but they're unstacked. Viatrex is probably not going to want to do it himself. He tries it doesn't work out. Affentera will probably be the first one to collect that. Boop is waiting for him just off Bowtie. He's now top mid. Easily passed back to Affentera, who's going to just wait to see what happens. Straight back to Boop. He's going to sink that in. That is the third place. That is the third time they've put that there. And it's the third time it's worked. There's also some screaming from Lego, I think a little feminine from him.
He was just surprised at the speed that went in, because he took that hand from his side and just all the way up and just into the goal in the matter of just a blink of an eye. That was fantastically fast, 18 meters per second. I think he was surprised.
Snapshot that he can do. That when I do it, my disc just floats off to Mars because of my tracking. So I don't understand how he does it. In any case, Synergy with another bounce QB, which was non-deliberate, but he's going to get it anyway, and it's not a good attempt on goal. But it will be a free disc for whoever wants it. It's a fight between Viatrex and Niliwick. Viatrex looks like he's going to get it first, but it is punched out. It's going to be Lego who collects it. Niliwick looks like he might be free at the moment, but Lego waited, so no longer. Matty is, however, still free. Lego's going to stay where he is, but no, there's a miscommunication. He stayed where he was. Matty went for the pass back, but he just was no longer there. I think they just didn't really communicate. I know that they happen to be quite a silent team sometimes, opting for massaging each other's shoulders rather than actually saying, I'm on you. I think that was one of the times when a bit of vocal would have been good. Lego goes for his duck. He gets punched out, though. He's punished for his juking. Oh, no, I really thought that was going to be it. But they are still in possession of the disc, so this isn't the worst thing for them at the moment. But they are losing, so this slow play's not going to work this time, Lego. You're going to have to do something now. Yeah, both of them on the shield from Gravity, which means Niliwick is free under the goal. And Lego puts it up, almost missing, dinging it into the goal again. And now we're at 4-6.
I mean, it's good. They need to get just a couple of goals in there, but they're still behind by 2 points. Gravity is going to have this disc now, and Whew. Yeah, they're gonna have to pull, just put on the aggression, just do a little bit more of that, because they've been kind of lacking in that, and it is showing, as Gravity is just punishing them for every little thing, and there's no real pressure being applied. Well, not the kind we're used to anyways.
Good pass down to Boop. A great pass back down to Vitrax. The free disc is not good when those two are stacked together, though. He does manage to get it back off again to Affenterra. Some great passing from Team Gravity at the moment. Like, lots of nice little safe passes. This short passing is really, really doing problems. Oh no, another miscommunication of stay where you are. No, I'm moving. That is a problem. And this time, it's not from Team Gravity, Synergy. It's from Team Gravity. So both have done that once now. So you can call that fair game. The disc is free for them right now if they want to stack and go to it. But Affenterra gets on and punches them both out. Denied. Absolutely denied. Affenterra does still have to work with the disc, but he manages to get away from the danger zone. But the disc is free for whoever wants it. And that will be Matty at the moment, who's going to look for his pass down to Lego. Who's going to find an unchecked Nillywick. There's a bit of chasing going on right now. But it's the Angel from Boop. He got too close. And he waited too long. He's going to go for the side shot. Don't tell me that's in. Don't tell me that's in. Don't tell me that's in. No, he does it. He does the side shot.
God.
Oh, I've wanted to see that in a cup for so long.
And that was such a tough one as well, because he was just on the other side. Oh my God. Everything just lined up perfectly. And we get just the magnum opus of what Boop
There's
is.
something else you're going to want removed from the game as Boop goes for his side shot. And
Oh my God.
I know he does it to us in scrim sometimes, but man, that was a hot shot.
And that just
Synergy
puts this
are
round
not-
in the end. Whew.
That was the nail in that coffin, I believe. But Lego seems to have a good mentality about him right now. He seems to have, he's got a sense of humor.
Oh, good one, Boop. I think so. I don't know who took that
So,
out.
I mean, I'm going to say that's a close game, but is a game ever really close when Boop's on the other team? Like, are you ever really, is it ever really close? Like, can you ever really say this game is close?
Goal.
If Boop is on the other team. It wasn't even an open goal. It was an open arena. He slammed off the side.
That's true.
I don't know how Boop did in school, but if he wasn't good at math, especially specifically like geometry, I would be very surprised. In any case,
vector skills are out of this world.
in any case, I was very hyped to see that because I mean,
we might need new pants.
I mean,
but
come on.
Either way, we're going into a second
like
round.
that goes in that it's a mistake. Anyway, that didn't happen. Let's move on. So it is Gravity. They're going to go into this with the first round. They look like they are going to be the first ones to the disc as well. Nillywick should be able to get to that, but he's not really looking at the disc. He's looking at his opposition. Finds the disc and gets rid of it.
That was
Going to be a bit of a brawl in the middle. Affenterra is crabbing his way over to the disc, and he does get there first. He manages to get it just out of his reach, but Boop was unable to get it. It's a shot on goal. It's close, but not enough. Vitrax is in control right now, though. It's a poor shot at goal from Vitrax, who'll probably say it was a clear. It does end into the hands of Boop, who will put it away for 3 points, though.
and an important 3 points, because that is now, even though we're two different games, there's now 2 3-pointers in a row that has gone unpunished. And when you're Synergy right now, you have to be feeling at least a little bit stressed, because you are not... You have a very, very tough battle ahead of you, because you not only have to win this, already 3 points behind, you also have to win the next one, and Team Gravity's at their top right now. So let's see what they can do with this.
You know what's interesting about the Angel is that Boop noticed that I was doing it, and he coined it the Angel. So it's his own term. Oh, Boop actually catching that one now. But this one might actually miss. Boop missed. That's it. Send out the newspapers.
Shit shot.
Boop can't shoot anymore. Game over.
He's lost his shot. What can I say?
It's all over. Yeah, he missed. Let everyone know. In any case, Boop is in possession of the disc at the moment. I think a little Angel attempt from Nillywick then. Affenterra with the disc goes to take the shot. I think Lego saved that then. I moved my camera at the wrong time, but all three of Synergy are off and ready, and it is Lego with the disc, and he misses. Oh, I believe it dings down.
Oh.
This is unfortunate because that was all three of them there. That would have been a nice 3-pointer. It would have put them straight back in. Feeling a little bit discouraged right now, but not enough because Nillywick has got it. He's got 2 teammates on the shield, and Lego will put that one away, which means it is now 3-2, and it's still a close game.
A good 2 points for them here. That's probably what they need right now. And can I just real quick say that I think we can allow Boop 1 miss after that. Not just
no. Don't be silly. We don't let our prized EU shooter miss. Are you kidding me? Honestly.
Okay.
And if it wasn't live on stream right now, I would say that's a it's a feces shot. Feces shot.
Rescinded my statement. He is
feces
a bad.
Shot. That's what
he's lost his shot.
Anyway.
What can I say? There we go.
Gravity in full possession at the moment. Boop looking for his option, which will be Affenter. Actually comes in there and takes it. I think Viatrex was the original target, possibly, but maybe not. Boop's got the disc right now. Viatrex is free. He just needs to have a pass. And it's a wild one from Affenter. I'm not sure what that was. I think he went for a no-look pass that he sometimes does, and this time it was more of a blind pass to no one. He's punched out from good pressure from Lego, who's got the disc, who's not going to wait around. It's going to be a stack war now. And who's it going to be first? Who is going to be the one to stack first? Is it going to be Synergy? It looks like they are, but Affenter is holding on. But Lego has got the disc. He's got people to fight with, though. The very basic pass down to Nillywick. Too slow, actually, I think. And because of that, he was jumped on. If Affenter gets that disc, it's probably going to be... Oh, no. Lego got there fast. Punched out as well. Oh, my God. My brain cannot keep up with this fighting right now. My brain cannot keep up. Boop will finish that, though. And a three-pointer as well because they left the goal open. Oh, no.
Oh, my God. I think we're just seeing... we're seeing right now why Gravity is the best in EU, because we're seeing amazing saves, we're seeing just fantastic shots, really good setup from Viatrex, just everything is going Gravity's way all the time, and
I wouldn't say it's going their way every time. That's the thing, they're getting, everyone right now from both sides, the second they have more than a second with that disc, they're getting jumped on. And you're seeing a lot of these guys who are fast reaction speedy guys. Oh, that's a dreadful QB from Lego, though. We're getting fast reaction speed. They're just getting punched out. It's happening from both sides. But it does look like Synergy are in control right now, but he then gets punched out immediately. See, they're not even getting the shot off before they're getting punched out. Affenter almost getting punched out. Synergy still stacked, so that disc should be theirs, but Viatrex is not going to let them breathe. It's a disc straight down, which I think was an attempt on goal, but it hit the shield just. Nillywick, again, immediately punched out. Viatrex, punched out. Boop with the disc. Don't tell me that's going in. That would have
so
been
close.
He had the right trajectory on that. It was just a little bit to the left. Nillywick punched out before we can get the clear off. I mean, Matty was, which means it's going to be another. This is an absolute brawl. I feel like we're watching Echo boxing right now. There's just so many people are getting knocked out left, right, and centre. Boop going with the clear.
God damn,
He's just got to have his teammates find it first, but it looks like Synergy will be there, but almost punched out. And then he said it, punched out. If there was a title for this one, it would be punched out. That guy got punched out too. Nillywick punched out, and it's going to be Lego who's got the disc right now, using his manoeuvring skills and a nice little pass down to Matty. Matty's going to try and find Nillywick, who is in the right position. He's floating wonderfully for that. So another nice pass over to Matty. We don't think we're going to see any slow play from Synergy in this game. It's down to Nillywick, who's going to go and try and give it to Lego, but Boop was in the way of that. And now they're going to be the ones that are stacking towards it. That could have been a lucky goal then.
They don't really need this. They're already 4 points ahead, and only a minute left. As Viatrex gets it again.
It does, and Affenter will have himself an open goal, and he'll put it away. And now I feel that this game is getting further away from Synergy. Further and further away. And the violence right now. I mean, there's so much punching in this game right now that I wonder if some of these guys have got concussions. I really do, because it's incredible.
I mean, we could just take a quick look at it. 15 stuns for Matty, and 10 stuns for Viatrex, and just oh my God.
I mean, they're just smacking each other left, right, and center. It's really fun to watch.
They are smashing and dashing. What can I say?
Lego has decided to headbutt it, which is the international sign of giving up. He does it amusingly, but it also means that he'd rather be in control of his loss, and so Gravity are officially going to win, because that's Lego just writing it off. Yeah, I don't think Synergy played poor at all, to be honest with you. They didn't. Definitely something wasn't right on their side, but to be honest with you, like I said, Gravity have stepped it up. Well, I mean, I knew they would. I predicted they would, and they have. They put their foot down.
I mean, they did. It looks like they've gotten this fire back because like every time, like Boop takes a shot and Boop just, I mean, he made that wonderful shot, but he's been taking insane shots all the time.
Boop kind of breaks this game because no other human being in this game has his shooting statistic. That's the thing. So like entire metas, you can't create. Like, if everyone was Boop, the entire meta to this game would be different, right? But his disgusting way of scoring from anywhere. I mean, once upon a time, you just cover the goal. Now, what can you do? Because everyone else sees the size of the arena and thinks, all right, that's somewhere that maybe I'll position myself later on for a pass. He doesn't. He goes, that'll be a goal.
Yeah, he's just the Usain Bolt of Echo Arena. He's just, that far ahead. It's insane but beautiful to watch, and with just 20 seconds left.
It was a great shot, but that wasn't the reason why Gravity won this game. I mean, Boop has been tremendous in this game. He really has, and he's intercepted and he's taking great shots. And look, he's going for another Boop bounce, but Matty's going to deny that one. But the tenaciousness of the rest of the team has also been there. I mean, Afantera, his aggression and Viatrax's aggression was great, and their positioning was fantastic as well. More times than not, I saw Synergy clearing discs and passing discs, not only just close to these guys, but straight into it, because they're lining themselves up in places where when Synergy go for the pass in the short area, it's done. Notice as well, Gravity passed short between each other. They know if they go for long passes against this team, that Synergy, with doing their thing, are going to re-grab like crazy and get over to that. But by moving that disc around in this small way that they do, they've caused problems. And that's not an accident. It's not convenient, and that Ouroboros are taking a round from them. And that Ouroboros beat them the other day as well. And yet against other teams, Ouroboros don't do so well. It's because they short pass. And you've got this two-man stacking thing that Lego and Nillywick do better than anyone else in Europe, and it doesn't work as efficient against the short pass. It just doesn't, and that is what Gravity started doing in this game. Is what they failed to do quite so well last week, and I think as long as they keep doing this, I think Synergy are going to have to do something different, or at least adopt one other thing. Because short passing is going to really mess with their two-man stack. They're going to have to man mark a little bit more aggressively. They're going to have to mix it up.
They really do. But as you also said, Gravity played fantastically. They had some troubles with their defense on a couple of the other Cubs. It was kind of messy and it seemed to be opportunistic rather than. Well, not opportunistic, but just, messy is the word. And they've been improving that quite a bit. We haven't seen that many goals go in at all. And I feel like, I don't think I can say it better than you said. I feel like that loss just gave them the gusto to get back in and to just say, no, god damn it, we are on top. We're number one. And they even though Synergy gave them quite a fight, I think they placed themselves solidly on top again. Yeah,
I mean, Synergy, I'm not taking anything from them. They are a fantastic team. I still consider them to be better Shock, right? Because they're basically doing everything, more or less everything that Aftershock tried to do. Only they're regrabbing between Nillywick and Lego is better than it was between me and Slint. There's a compatibility factor that they've got over Aftershock did from last season. But at the same time, Gravity, they seem to be a jack of many trades and a master of all of them at the same time. They can do the long shots that Backlash can't do, but they can do the passing that Backlash can do. They've got the aggression that no other team has, and it's going to take something more than what Synergy currently adopt to knock them off that throne entirely.
Yeah,
I really, I predicted that this was going to go that way. But I like being right, and as much as but I don't think. I think if they continue playing at that level, I don't think there's going to be much to contend with that, because they're doing it right.
Something new.
Synergy, if they wanna keep Gravity dethroned, yeah, okay, maybe they can say, oh, we didn't play this well and we did some stuff, and definitely something wasn't right. But Gravity turned up today with a clear plan what to do against Synergy, and it worked.
Yeah, and I mean, however well Synergy played, because they did play well. I mean, a rose is a rose is a rose. They ended up winning out, and that's really what matters. They might have some things there, but Synergy need to show it, and they need to do it, because in the end, if they're just gonna play like this, they're probably gonna be number 2 for the rest of the season.
Definitely be number 2. In Europe right now, we have like a kind of half-eaten, half unprepared. Like it's not a completely well set up system. Like we've got a couple of these teams that have put themselves together, and then we've got the potential to have some strong thirds and strong fourths, but we don't really have that right now. To be honest with you, I think after Synergy, there's a huge gap.
Yeah, there's a power gap there.
There is a huge gap, and that's just generally how it is right now. But that being said, there are still some teams that haven't quite figured everything out. They're quite new. They haven't really put everything together. They haven't really had much time, and it's a very short season. This season might create some permanent teams for season 4. They'll have this season as a kind of a
stepping stone.
Yeah, that's right. Or it might point out some errors in certain people's plays, and new teams will be founded. We don't really know. All I know right now is I honestly don't expect to see, personally, and I absolutely am prepared to be wrong on this, I don't expect to see Synergy beat Gravity much more.
They're gonna have to really get their act together, because they can. Let's just, for anyone that doesn't know, they can still qualify. Because there's
Synergy. My prediction is quite simple. I can't, unless there's an upset. These are the 2 teams we're going to see go to Leicester. Let's just that's how. Yeah. I cannot see in 3 weeks, 4 weeks time that's going to change. I just can't see that. But either I would also say that both these teams deserve to go. Just because Gravity have kind of got their number, just because Gravity have managed to, use scissors to their paper, doesn't mean that Synergy are not an incredible team. It takes the best players in Europe to be able to do what they have done against Synergy to do that. But at the same time, because the difference between the 2 teams is not huge, if Gravity play poor and Synergy play at their best, they will win. So neither team, especially Gravity, to be honest, considering they're the ones that are expected to win, can afford to not play at their best. These guys need to go horn to horn when they're going to play and they can't pull any punches.
Yeah, and I mean, in the end, we can sit here and predict, but we're gonna have the answer not too long. I believe 5 weeks. The finals are gonna be there, and I totally agree with you. I think it's going to be Synergy and Gravity in there. I don't see anyone else getting to the level that you need to get to beat Synergy, and definitely not to beat Gravity. So I think it's pretty set who's going to be there.
Yeah, I mean it should be, but we'll see.
they worked for it, but. Right now we have what we usually have at the end of these. We only need 1 team to be done, but I can read you the scores of the other teams. So we have Smash Dash losing to Ouroboros by 2. Kick Puppies winning over In Your Face by 2. Team Gravity, as we saw, winning with 2. Dogman Part-Timers getting a bye, and Team Braindead winning by 2 over Mariachi. So no 2-1s for this round. We still are waiting for Soyuz and Polaris.
Were they not the guys we were waiting for last time?
No, that was Ouroboros and Polaris, I think.
Okay. All right. Okay, well that's... I'm trying to think who the next lineup's going to be for us, really. I think Ouroboros have already played Synergy, so there's that one.
It's going to be Gravity versus Braindead. Probably.
Yeah, you know what? Gravity versus Brain Dead or Ouroboros versus Gravity, if they've not played, will be a good thing to watch, I think.
Yeah.
I want to see more of Gravity, and we've only had one, and they've already played the game that we wanted us to primarily see, but I think, yeah, Ouroboros or Brain Dead versus Gravity would be nice. I think would be a good next setup.
And we have still 2 more rounds to go, so there's still plenty of time to watch a lot of the different teams. Let's see here.
The thing is, as well, the scores between... I want to make it clear as well, despite Gravity winning, the scores between Synergy and Gravity are still what I would say are in the realms of close. All right, they're not 10 and 12 close, okay? Not really close, but they are not...
Close enough.
They're close enough. They're not stomps. And considering that there was a couple of mistakes more on the side of Synergy than there were on Gravity this time around, I would say that, this is a team that Gravity are never ever going to be able to relax against. There are going to be most of these teams that they play are going to be teams that they can just chill against. But
Yeah.
they shouldn't anyway, because that is a dangerous thing to do. I know that because I remember on Aftershock we would be like, all right, we're playing against these guys, and we will easily win this, and then what? We're losing 6-2 because we did some stupid things. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you when you're playing against this level of teams, you have to keep on your toes. Even if you said like it's expected to win, you still need to get the win. You still need to get the goals. You still need to make the plays for that to happen. And you're only gonna do that if you're playing at least a little bit better than just kind of chilling out and just playing like you would in a pub. Because if you play like you would in a pub, you won't win.
No, absolutely. I play mixed scrims with all 6 of them at different intervals, especially like Lego and Boop and people like that, and they take the skills that they have as individuals, and they don't try and make that skill their thing, so to speak. They work well as a team, and they basically, I'm talking about Gravity in this specifically at the moment, but they work well as a team by incorporating everything that they know as an individual. And then there's moments, these little windows where they'll go, oh, by the way, this is what I do. For example, that'll be when Affentera makes an interception, or when Boot bounces the sudden shot off the wall and it goes in, or when Viatrax decides to knock everyone out. I saw some really good plays in there, and I can't wait to go back and clip a couple. There was one, I think, at one point where I think it was Lego and Nillywick were in the tunnel. Nillywick had the disc, and that was in a position where Nillywick will punish that 3-pointer. And Affentera is the guy that should be in that goal, and he wasn't. But he had a bit of speed, and he went smack, and just took them both out. Yeah. It was just such a great thing to see. It really was.
Yeah, they are. I mean, yeah, Affentera is a fantastic defender. Viatrix is a fantastic supporter. Boop is a fantastic striker. They are all also very good players in general, and that really sets them apart. From time to time.
Yep.
So we're still waiting here for a little bit. Soyuz vs Polaris. Looks like Polaris is they might be going for a 2-1 again.
It looks like there are a couple of lineups against Polaris today that are going to be 2-1 games, and that 2-1 situation is what's causing the downtime. But it happens. It's a 2-1. It means it's a close game. It means it was probably an interesting game, and it means that we weren't there. So what can you do? But hey, I'm happy. I mean, from our perspective, for the sake of showing how exciting this game can be, I mean, that game was pretty exciting, especially some of the plays in it.
That was good. That was a very good game.
I got a little excited at one point, I must admit, but
just a tiny bit.
But I play with this guy all the time, and he still sometimes just amazes me. And like I remember when we played at LAN again at Leicester, because that's the only LAN I've played as a player at thus far. And I said to him, I want to see you do that boot bounce off the ceiling against one of the American teams, right? And what did he do? He did it against our team. I'll never forgive him for that. Never forgive him for that.
It's a good joke, though. It's
Not a joke.
great.
It was not a joke
It's
at all.
fantastic.
I was like, literally, it was just like a little like wink, a little go on, do it to the Americans.
Like,
And he booped
don't
me.
worry.
He absolutely
Don't
booped
worry.
me. He booped me.
Oh, that's good. That is good.
If you've been booped and you'd like to complain about it, please send an email to www.ivebeενbooped.com/I don't care. That's www.ivebeενbooped.com/I don't care. You'll have like a little I've been booped support group. He did it to me in Apex Legends as well, but he did it in a way that was
What?
way smarter than he ever intended. He told Gecko that if you press, I think, E or activate or whatever, when you get to the top of the balloon, you go further. And I was suspicious, especially if he's talking to Gecko, because he convinces Gecko a lot of things, right? And I was like, nah. And I'm not going to try this, because if I do it in front of him, then he'll know he booped me. So I waited until I was playing another game and he wasn't there. And I was like, all right, maybe it does work. I tried it. I fell off. I got like completely damaged by the ring. I got booped.
You jump off the thing there. I would guess. You
I
did.
think he
And
recently.
it's the
I
light
think he
boop.
recently convinced Gecko, and I don't know if Gecko knows this, and if he's watching it, you're about to find out. He convinced Gecko that the meteorite on combat is faster if you swing it forward first, like you kind of jab it forward.
It's not.
Well, obviously not, but he's convinced Gecko that he's shooting it faster. And I think Gecko's like, I mean, this is all I've heard from Boop, and I think Gecko's like, oh, no, I'm out. This is actually working. So if you see Gecko in combat holding onto something and then launching his hand forward like he's trying to throw a dart, then you've been booped.
That's a hoot. That's great. God damn it,
There should
Boop.
be a game show. Great.
That's really funny.
Welcome to Get Booped with your host Tutorobot, who's been booped more than most. You know, even more. You know what? I don't want to talk about it. I feel like the more attention we draw to the boopings, the more that they'll happen, and the more like. I think he feeds off the energy of the sadness.
He does. He's a sadistic fucker, but
So,
goddamn.
yeah.
That came out years. Oh, okay, yeah. Lala just saying I've been booped years ago and I still remember it, and that. I mean, I can imagine. I don't think I've been booped yet.
Lala,
I'm
you've
guessing
got
it's
the
coming.
biggest boop of all. He's booping you the biggest one of all time.
Let's-
Like one day he's gonna turn around to you and be like, "I'm not boop. See ya," and you're gonna be like, "What? We've been married for 10 years." You're like, "Yeah, gotcha."
I got so scared I thought that was going a different direction.
I told you, I am professional now. You're the one that's running your mouth and swearing. I don't even swear. Watch me swear. Ready? Frick. Yeah, that's me swearing. All right. I'm not cursing. I'm not being rude. I'm not talking about my college enterprises. So
Enterprises.
Enterprises.
Ah, young lady, would you like to be my enterprise for tonight? No, don't.
I think, if we're honest, I don't think the word enterprise has ever been associated with anything other than virginity, if we're honest. But hey, you're
Star Trek.
stop
Well,
it.
I mean,
You're
yeah.
luring me down a dark alley, and you're trying to get. Wait.
dark
No,
alley?
it's already happening. It's already happening. Stop it. Professionalism. So what do you
Oh
think?
man. Well, I mean, when we're just
Planet.
waiting, we can be a little bit unprofessional because there's nothing really happening, and we're just waiting for Soyuz and Polaris getting done. But they are done now, so we need to get our game face on because Soyuz
Really?
lost to
Really?
Polaris 1-2.
What? Oh, 2-1, right, on those guys, right, okay.
Yeah.
So, and Ouroboros beats
Brain Dead
Smash
versus
Dash.
Cloudy.
Boom! That's the game we
we go.
wanted.
There we go.
Nice.
Let's get into that one.
Okay. That means we'd have streamed 3 games of Gecko's stream now. I think he thinks I'm trying to catch him having a meltdown, but I'm genuinely not. He just happens to have all the interesting, juicy matches today.
They are juicy. That sounded
like
a
how
bit
you-
worse. Yeah, that sounded
They are juicy.
They are very juicy. That sounded let's call
So
it
juicy.
unprofessional. So
Would I ever?
So let's see if we can get an invite here. Hello, Boo. Please send me an invite.
Oh, you with him?
No. I just invited him, and I hope I get one back. It's like a Valentine's letter, except
Oh well.
not
Let's
at
hope
all.
it's not like a Valentine's letter, because you'll never get one back.
From Boo? I really don't. Yeah, probably not.
Well, all my thingies are grayed out, so I will rely on you to.
What? Oh. Of course. I'll just invite people and hope they invite me back.
It works.
And Gecko. Jesus. Wait,
Did he
who
invite
else?
you?
It's finished. No. Can we write them in
I mean,
somewhere?
I already have, but I'll try it in the VRL.
Reserved? I mean, yeah. I'm glad you're reserving him for me.
Oh, did I get something?
Oh, you maybe did.
Maybe. Did you get one?
I did.
Nice.
Can I do this without putting the headset on? I can.
They put it straight in. No,
There we go.
Alright. Okay, well I'm in. I'm just turn up. Okie dokie. Are you in?
I am in. What?
Are you saying what?
Oh, okay. I thought you said something. Oh, what?
Is that a country? Do they speak English in what? Say what
I-
again? I dare you. I double dare you. Say what again?
Oh, you even dodged the swear there. I'm very proud of you.
I'm right.
I'm so
Right?
proud.
I was gonna say mother trucker.
Yeah, you mother fricker.
Trucker works. Mother trucker.
You female parent.
You're a mother trucker.
Intercourse.
You're a trucker who is also a mother.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I can't spell. I'm like Harry Potter that's failing at school. I just can't spell. I feel the silence is appropriate. That was a terrible joke.
Did you tell a joke?
I did. I said I couldn't spell because I was Harry Potter that was failing at school.
What? Harry Potter was good at Hogwarts, I think.
God damn. Because he's the wizard, and he spells.
What do you mean the wizard? He's not the wizard.
He's
There was
the
lots of
wizard.
wizards
He's the
there.
one. Haven't you read the
Whoa,
books? There's
actually-
only one wizard.
I'm pretty sure that's not true. Yeah, that's it. Wait, it's coming back to me now. You're the wizard, Harry.
You're the wizard.
Yeah,
the
I
one.
remember now.
Yeah, it's
Right.
that there can be only one, and it's wizards they're talking about.
So we've got Team Gravity versus Team Gecko, and
Oh, thanks, Ollie.
I mean, this isn't going to be a close game, if I'm honest.
Probably not.
Really depends on how seriously Gravity are going to take it, and it really depends on how on form Gecko's team are going to play. Gecko actually was on the other team for a little bit when it was Boop and Affentera when they were Blast, before Affentera left to join Gravity with Viatrax, and then it was Lego from Synergy with Boop and Gecko.
Oh,
There's my memory doing its memory thing.
you are. Whew, I'm not. You're doing something I'm not, which is recalling a
Alrighty.
memory. God, this is no. It's so hot in here. I'm just wearing too much. Damn it. I have a really small room and it's heating up. Like the planet in 2012.
Fair enough. So it looks like we're just waiting on.
No one, actually, because we're starting right now.
So we are, and they are off. Is this the last game? No, it's not.
No.
We've got this game, and then there'll be another game after.
Yes, because there are 5 rounds, because there are 11 teams that have checked in.
If Gecko if Gecko gets punched out by Viatrax more than twice, you will definitely see what you want. And it looks like Boop has got control of the disc right now, who gets it down to Viatrax, who goes for a smart pass back to Affentera. He's going to reset things to give it back to Boop, who hands it back over to Viatrax again. Boop's going to go for another smart back pass. So they're kind of playing like they did against Synergy, which is a lot of passing, a lot of moving around. I really like this type of player. It's a bit of a miss pass to Boop, unfortunately, which means Bravel's going to be the one that ends up with that. But Affentera, I think, intercepted that and goes for the long shot. And they look... Gecko was in goal, but didn't do anything. What happened there?
I think he just got pushed straight on out of goal, and Affentera, he was in the ring, but he just put his arm out back and just got that in there. Good 3-pointer for them, and they're playing this a lot slower than they did. Well, not a lot slower, but they're a little bit slower than they did against Synergy, because they're not getting pressured that much.
Well, the pressure's not going to be as hard, but they're still passing around as if they were playing Synergy, which they should definitely be doing. There's no point playing like, oh, okay, let's not take this seriously. They absolutely should. A little bit of a fake QB from Gecko, but unfortunately, I think he sold Finity as well. He ended up going deep, and the disc went wild. Viatrax is not pressured, so he's just going to hold on to it until he actually has to let go of it. I think Boop might be lining himself up some dirty Boop shot. Is he? No, because he knows. There you go. He's trying to fake it to try and split them up, and that's exactly what happened. Viatrax is going to give that straight back to Boop. He finds Affentera, who's probably going to go for the finish, but actually goes for a pass up, punches down, goes for a pass to Viatrax, gets the shot off. I thought for a second there it was going to bounce off the shield and not be something that can be caught, but they made it look easy.
I feel like we're seeing the dichotomy of this game versus the last one. We're seeing just how good Synergy is, because Gravity is looking like this is easy peasy. I mean, we're just going in there to take it slow. We'll get the goals. It's fine. Whereas with versus Synergy, it was a lot more frantic, a lot faster.
That's exactly right. It was indeed, but they definitely seem to be in control at the moment. Finity might be able to get the first 2-point goal for the team, though. She's going to definitely go for it. There we go. So now it's 2-5. I mean, it's a consolation points at this stage, because Gravity are thinking, already counting the many 2s and 3s they're going to get from this point onwards. But hey, it's. I mean, I'm going to count this as close at this point. So.
You should get them. Just like you said with Gravity, there's no reason to handicap yourself. Even though you're going up against Gravity and you're thinking it's probably gonna be a loss, you should still play your best, because even if you're gonna lose, it's gonna be a good warm-up for the next fight.
Absolutely. So a bit of a wild pass up to Boop, who was not able to get his hands on that, but there was a bit of a congestion in the tunnel. Gecko was the one that ended up with it, but not for long. Ravel passes it straight to Affentera, who's going to go for a wild shot that ends up going straight down. He's going to collect it again, but Finity is there to meet him when he gets the disc, just as Boop was. The disc is going wild. We've got a little bit more of that panicky play that we were seeing from Gravity versus Synergy, and now Gecko has got the disc. It gets punched out by Affentera. Probably called lag on that one. But in any case, the disc has gone down, not directly where Boop wanted, which means he's going to have to go for his clear, but he is punched out and some heads and hands get in the way, and Viatrax has the same punishment dealt to him. So now it looks like it's going to be Gecko who's in control of the disc. He could have had a shot, but I think he went for the pass instead, because actually I might be mistaken, there was someone in goal, so he did the right thing. Gecko has got Ravel, goes for Finity instead, who is there for that 2-point, and now we are looking at somewhat of a close game, actually.
They're not letting this go. They won't back down. They have said, no, you know what? We're the underdogs here, but that doesn't mean we can't bite. They are just going for it. And I mean, if it works more than this, and if it keeps working, and if Gravity just doesn't step up, it's gonna be a little bit of a weird one. But I think we're probably gonna see Gravity maybe taking this a little bit more seriously now that they are 1 point.
Gravity are known for not really taking seriously games that they don't want to take seriously. It is a problem, and it can be a problem if they're against a team that can do a little bit of damage, and Gecko's team today have shown that is exactly that. It's not the best clear down, so it should be Gravity that end up with that. But some good aggression from Infinity, countered by Affen, who is now in control of the disc. He's going to wait until he's got someone to play with, and he's got Boop. He gives it straight back to him. He gives it straight back to him and puts it away. Lovely little passing around there. Just Piggy in the middle against Gecko there.
Just going for just a little bit of a backlash play with a nice bow on it. Just pass back, pass forward, and then just going in.
The amount of punching that we've seen today in these games, and it's
insane.
really bizarre. Like maybe I'm just
good.
thinking I've just not noticed these punches before, but there definitely seems to be more violence in this game.
Yeah, no,
than I'm used to.
There's definitely a lot more punches because I keep an eye on that all the time because I love the punches. And Jesus Christ,
and it's
Boop.
intercepted by Boop, who goes for the bounce shot.
Oh.
Puts it in. Affentera, I think, got his hands on that and put it into the...
Oh my God.
I think he did.
I can't actually
did.
see. Yeah, Affentera
He
slam
did.
dunks
I
it in.
thought he did. I don't know if that was deliberate or not, but knowing Affentera and Viatrax, he did that on purpose. Which is a good sign they are not taking this team seriously if they're doing that kind of thing. But who knows?
that laugh from Affentera, I think that signifies that was a dude dick moment.
Actually, but, potato.
Still.
So, Gecko with the QB right now, he's not overly pressured, so he's going to wait until he's got a better window. Infinity in a nice position, so is Ravel, so he's going to be the one to receive it next. But it's a slight miss pass, and it's a bit of a fumble disc. It's free. Gecko's going to be the one that gets it, but no, it goes straight over his head. But he punches Viatrax and uses that momentum to get it back again. That was not what was supposed to happen, but it somehow worked out anyway. Infinity goes for the disc, but it will be Boop that gets there first. Another safe pass back to Affentera. This is something I'm seeing a lot of Gravity doing right now. A lot of safe passes back to Affentera. And when you've got that guy back in defense, why on earth would you not? An abysmal shot from Viatrax. But Affentera will follow up with another one to really show that they can take bad shots sometimes.
A 3 for 3.
I think they're just deliberately missing now. I don't know what's going on. But this is really, really rusty play from everyone. But Gravity are definitely going to be the ones that end up with the disc, or are they? No, they're not, because Viatrax couldn't get his hands on it. Oh, this is an absolute slapper of a game. I'm glad this wasn't the one versus Synergy. The disc is wild. People are going past it. Free at the moment. Infinity is close and Ravel is closer, so it will be them that ends up with the disc. Gecko now fumbles the disc, and now it's Boop who's got it free. Who's going to go for the long Boop bounce, but I believe that will be picked up or headbutted awkwardly as it looks to be, and it will be finished off by Affentera. What was going on then?
Messy isn't the word. We need to step up. What was happening? Everywhere.
Incredibly bad. Honestly, I feel like there should have been music like bang, bang, ba-dung, ba-dung, da-bung, as that was going on. That was it. I'm so glad that Gravity have shown what a unit of a team they are today. In fact, I'm so glad that Gecko's team have also shown that they've played really well today, so that they can do this without shame. They can do this without any problems at all.
Yeah, because
Gecko's a dreadful QB from Gecko, which is still bouncing wild. I think Boop's going to be the one on the end of that. He's going to go for another Boop bounce. He wants to show he can do them, but it's missed only just. Infinity on her own is going to get rid of the disc. Anything other than having it straight into his hands. It's a fight between Gecko and Viatrax. Gecko is the winner of that. I think Gecko's going to try his own side bounce shot, but nah, not happening. And it will be 11-4. To Gravity, and can I say, what a high-class game that was. What a game of just absolute skill, accuracy, and just wow. Absolutely fantastic. It was definitely not like everyone had Vaseline in their hands and the disc was made of pudding.
No, it was just, the choreography of Black Swan was just, it was akin to that. It was fantastic. Everything went perfectly, and no one missed 3 shots in a row. Damn it.
I mean,
what the hell?
The shooting part was one thing, but the amount of people that just dropped the disc over and over again, it just got to the point where every single time I said, oh, but he got it back, the next person from the other team. I think what's really nice is how they evenly distributed the messing up there. So that both teams
really did.
And it's going to be Gravity, the ones with the disc right now. Boop He's got some pressure. He's going to go for that back pass. This is that kind of deep back pass that you just are not seeing from a lot of teams right now. Boop, sending it straight up to Viatrex. It wasn't quite the pass that Viatrex wanted, but he was able to do something with it anyway by pressuring the other guys. It's going to be cleared straight down, and it will probably end up in the hands of Gravity, who are going to immediately throw it against their own half. And it's now going to be Wild again. Now Viatrex is going to clear it, and this time it's a proper clear. This is what they needed. But they're going to need to be the first ones there if they're going to want to turn that into a goal. They are not, and they do not. Which means it's going to be Gravity that are now in control of this disc again. A pass down, which is intercepted by Ravel. He's got himself passes, but he doesn't go for the pass. He goes for a weird backboard bouncy shot thing instead, which still somehow managed to work out for him.
That was what?
Ravel went for
yeah,
a shot then, and rather than passing it to his teammates, but it bounced back to Gecko, who was able to put it in for a 3-pointer.
That was the long pass, long bounce pass off the backboard almost.
Yes, a long bounce pass off the backboard.
Let's.
Neither of us have had
they
that
got the
bug,
goal.
by the way. So there's that.
Yeah, really fantastic. Thank you, Rad, for fixing that bug. I think.
They did actually do it. All right, so it's going to be a fairly basic, fairly decent QB down. Oh, Ravel with the interception. He's going to send that wild, but it's Affentera that ends up with it again. Boop, it's been asking for that disc back because the goal is open, but there is still someone waiting to do something with it. So Viatrex is going to put that away for a 2. It looked like the goal was open, but there was another person hanging close enough to it for him not to take the shot. So he went for the pass instead, which I think was good.
Yeah, that was good. And
Lala, what is awkward? Fill me in, please.
I think it was the back. I don't know. I don't know what's awkward anymore. I don't register these things in my mind, so I just ignore them. It's great. It's fantastic.
All right,
so,
then.
speaking of things that are fantastic, this game has really, I mean, Team Braindead is in the lead.
Just the highest quality skill. Oh, get ducked! Viatrex is ducked by Gecko, which means Finity is the one who's going to be with the disc. She's going to try for Ravel, but it's an awkward bounce. That could have been another 2 or 3 pointer for them, but it just floats through everyone and somehow ends up in Affentera's hands, who puts it against the backboard. Don't tell me. Don't you dare.
Oh, they got that. Okay.
It was going to be put in by them, but Boop made sure it went in anyway. Oh my goodness.
I'm having trouble casting.
I can't take this.
Yeah.
What? I can't. Can you take this seriously? I don't know why, but since that first round, I just can't take this game seriously. Everything they do just seems to be a joke now. Not like they're doing like really before, but I
they're doing it for laughs.
I feel like they're entertaining us for the sake of it now. I just can't.
I mean, I have nothing against it. I'm just.
What just happened then? Like, you know, but it floated through everyone first.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. Let's call it that. And Jesus, just everything is just going
from them. Oh, and he caught it. Boop with the shot. It's not his finest, so it ends up hitting the ceiling. But he is the one that gets it again, and he will put it in for a 3. I think Gecko.
What was that?
I'll tell you what that was. That was a well-timed, calculated, trigonometry plus shot off the backboard that then went against the wall.
18 meters per second against a punched-out goalkeeper. I mean, he wanted that goal to go in there no matter what. That was fantastic, and
I think Gecko was flapping his arms then like an angry duck. So I don't think he's best pleased that was a 3-pointer because they were doing quite well in this one. It's an open goal though for Finity, and she does put it away, so they're back into it again. And this is what we've seen them do a lot today. They've got the fast pass to the tunnel, fast to the floor, and these teams are leaving the goals open. And if you're going to do that, then you're going to get punished for it.
Yeah, that's very, very efficient.
Professional at leaving goals open. He knows all about it.
Oh man, that was whoever it was, Ali. That was just efficient and just good, because now puts them inside a 1-goal range of actually being in the lead, and they have been in the lead before. Still 3 minutes left.
Ali, my bad.
That's a hell of a thing just happened, but.
Oh, he's pressured though, so he's going to have to get rid of it, and he was unable to get the disc into the hands of Boop, so she's going to get rid of that. Finity holding on, she's going to punch. She's still fighting them down there though. I think Boop's aware that she is close by. He's just thinking about what he's going to do. He's baking it now to try and get it. But he's going to pass it over to Affentera. Affentera is always in these really juicy back pass, side pass places, though. Boom, swinging around
What's
there.
that?
That's not the... he's going to go for this. He's definitely going to go for this. No, he's not. Gravel's waiting. I was kind of hoping he wasn't. Affentera, he's got to do something, but he goes for the no-look shot. It doesn't work out.
Oh my god!
That one will go in.
I'm gonna be honest here. It's tough to cast because I'm mostly sitting with my mouth agape, wondering what is happening.
I mean, right now, I went to the movies earlier, and downstairs I've got some popcorn, and I'm so tempted to just give this up, go down and get it, and just watch and consume, because it's just too much fun right now. I mean, to be honest, there was nothing goofy about that play compared to what happened before. But they've kind of put me in that clowny mood now, so I need to focus and just assume that everything is taken seriously now. So it is only it's 10-6 to which sounds like an American police code. Affentera catching that pass straight down to Ravel. I mean, that was a very easy one for him to do. So Vitrax trying to get that bounce, but he does manage to get himself into position. Puts it down to Boop. He's going to sink that one away, and now Gravity are starting to collect points against Gravity's team. I mean, their Gravity against Gecko's team.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Just Viatrix there, just going for the pass, going for the stun, making that goal happen, even though Boop got the points. That was really a Viatrix play. So supportive and level-headed. Ha ha ha.
Did you say so supportive and tiny-headed?
No, level-headed, not tiny-headed. God damn it.
Jokes. Okay.
Oh, it's tough to cast.
You know what? Minute 50, and I've seen some very fast counterplays from. Okay, that's not going to be one though. I was going to say I've seen some very fast counterplays from Braindead, where they can get points and they can get them fast. But Finity sent that down to no one and nothing. So I don't think that's going to be one of them. But it is an open goal right now. But it's Viatrax that's taking the shot, which means only one thing: he's missed it. So the disc is going to be clear again, but it will be Boop who does collect it, and he is going to pass back to Vitrax, who's going to go for a 2-pointer, and that one he won't miss, putting it 14-6.
That 8 points ahead. I mean, in most other games, I would say if we get one more goal from Gravity, it's probably sealed the deal here. But I'm scared to make any assumptions now. I don't know what's happening. I mean, Gravity is taking this a little bit more seriously now, but still.
I think Gravity played the game that they were worried about. They won that game, and now they're just enjoying themselves. That's what I think. And to be honest, Gecko's team have done well today. I don't think they're enjoying this quite as much, but still, still, I think, having a little bit of fun with it, maybe. Finity deciding to try and punch someone instead of staying open, but actually manages to sort of work out. But she's not able to do anything about the disc being close to her, but he's going to hold it. It's cleared. It's all the way cleared, and now it's up to whoever gets there first. But Vitrax makes sure it's not Gecko's team by punching them both out, leaving the goal open and doing what Vitrax does best. He misses the shot. The disc is now free for them to collect. I think Vitrax is probably looking for the pass. He does actually make the pass, but Boop moves at the wrong time. And now the disc is just bouncing around. Again, I really don't think they're focusing on this game right now.
I think they're glad that they won, and we can more or less call this now. I think 10 seconds left. You're not going to make 8 points happen in 10 seconds.
I don't suddenly think they're going to score 2 3-pointers and then another 2. Oh, Vitrax punched out. Gecko going to go and get that 2-pointer just for a like I call it, the consolation
prize.
He's sick, so he's excused. Slipped on the bomb. Yes, because normally Vitrax is really, really good at shooting long distance, Lana, so that makes a lot of sense, actually. In any case,
weird time for him where he can't shoot.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually Boot that misses. In any case, Vitrax, you can trash talk his shooting all you want, because he's got a job that he does in that team, and he does it tremendous. He's just abysmal at shooting, so that's fine. He doesn't need to be the shooter any more than, a football goalkeeper needs to be good at taking penalties.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I was very confused there. But I do want to say, for all that it's worth, I think Team Braindead they had some really good plays and really good conversions in there. For all this weird game is worth that was good. But yeah, Gravity just, you know, gotten off of a tough game and they're just there to show off. Show what they can do even in this state. And they, this was round number 2, right?
Sorry, I was just listening to Boop. Boop and Gecko's back talk between each other is very amusing. Yeah, that was 2 games and 2 wins to Gravity, so that's it.
David saying anything, he just says.
And now he's mad at me because I didn't tell you what he was telling us.
God damn. That was round 2. Okay, so good game to Gravity and good game last game to Gravity. That was a really good showing from them, I think.
I mean,
and
in one form or another, Gravity have been very entertaining.
They have in both forms, I think, because today they've both been entertaining in kind of making a laugh, and both been entertaining in that was a fantastic game both Gravity and Synergy pulled off yesterday, last round. So, for all it is worth, I say again, we have our scores for most of the games, but we are still missing one. So we have Team Braindead versus Gravity. Gravity wins 2-0. Polaris gets a default. Soyuz versus In Your Face. Soyuz wins, which is interesting.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Mariachis wins 2-0 over Dogman Part-Timers, and Synergy wins 2-0 over Smash Dash. So no real surprises there. We're still waiting for Ouroboros and Kicked Puppies. Actually, I think an interesting matchup. I can't actually call who's gonna win that one. Conventional logic would say probably Ouroboros, but I'm not sure. So I won't say anything there. There we go. Excuse me. So we're just waiting for one game again, and then we can go into our final round, 5th round of tonight, which will probably be, we can take a look at the rankings and actually see who might be going up against each other based on who's won and who has lost. So Team Gravity and Synergy already played. Team Braindead already played. Team Gravity, Team Mariachis have not played yet, so we might see those. I'm not too sure. We might see Synergy, Braindead. No, have we seen those? Have they played?
I really don't know who. I think Ouroboros we haven't seen.
We haven't.
So
that's true.
I'm gonna suggest maybe we watch them. I can't really think what a good lineup would be now. I think we've played out everything.
Let's take a look at it, but lean towards Ouroboros, because I feel like we should be watching them a little bit, because they've been doing mixed. I want to say they've had good moments and bad moments, and it's not. I don't think they have. Yeah, I think Gravity is most definitely gonna qualify for this stage, but I think Ouroboros may probably have a chance of actually qualifying. I don't know.
Well, there's four.
Four in total.
Yeah, and I think my prediction is going to be for that 4. I think it's going to be Ouroboros, Braindead, Gravity, and Synergy. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I'd say about the same.
And then from that, Gravity and Synergy. And then from that, Gravity, and and then be my predictions.
And I was about to ask like for the American teams, but I actually have no idea, because I haven't, unfortunately, not been following along too closely with that. I have my hands full with this, so I don't actually know if Eclipse is just dominating or what is happening over there. So I can't really say. It sounded like Kangarillas was doing good, and 11.5 was doing good as well. So it might be those who we're seeing, but you know.
It's
We'll dig
it's a bit
C1.
harder to say with the American teams, to be honest with you. I mean, Kangarillas are just exquisite, and 11.5 have played abysmal and they've played really well. So it's really hard to say from them. You've also got some of these other guys that are taking rounds. You know, you've got Team Jokers taking rounds off Eclipse, and you've got this Squid team who are, you know, panicking and then inking everywhere. I don't know. I haven't watched Squid, so I don't know. But I think they beat Eclipse last week, if I'm not mistaken. And I haven't been watching Eclipse to really see what's going on with them. I just know that they're not quite the number one team on paper that they have been previously.
I'll be the best that I have met.
Oh, what's that?
So that was Finity doing an impression of Gecko. I tried to teach her how to do it the other day, you see.
Oh.
And she's gotten a lot better at it now, so...
Okay. Yeah,
So we are still waiting for our...
we are still waiting. Jeez, I'll get something to drink. Sweet, refreshing Faxicandi. Or whoever wants to pay me, I could say I'm drinking that.
What if it's Dr. Pepper?
Well, I guess I'll go without food for a month.
What? Oh, okay.
What can I say? I'm a man of principle until I'm not.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's have a look at the current rankings as they stand. So, obviously we are still waiting for Ouroboros and Kicked Puppies to finish what they've got. But right now, Team Gravity are on a 4-win streak. Synergy having only lost to one team, which was, of course,
Choose Gravity.
you know what we haven't had yet? Synergy versus Brain Dead.
We haven't.
We'd have watched Brain Dead 4 times.
Yeah,
like,
but is this just the brain dead stream? Is this what
like
it is?
they've genuinely played like every team that I would call an interesting matchup against them. Like the Polaris team, the Polaris one was only going to be interesting because of their loss against them last week. Smash Dash I thought would be similar level to them, so I thought that would be the interesting one. Then they played Gravity, which is like the only thing that's... I think, to be honest with you, Ouroboros versus Brain Dead, or Synergy versus Brain Dead. I'm sorry, but this is going to be the Brain Dead show. I can't help it. I don't make the teams. I don't decide who plays who, but if this is the way it's going to be lined up...
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? What can we say? That's really the question we are answering every week. By just talking at people for 2 to 3 hours and then forgetting all about it. I have a question for you. Do you just black out, basically, and just completely forget everything that's happened for the last 2 to 3 hours of casting? Because I do. I can never remember what happened. Like, I'll remember the boob shot that we saw. I'll remember some of the things, but I'll just forget everything.
Yeah, my short-term memory is not dreadful, but I already forgotten what you asked me. So how does that? I don't know, man. I to be honest with you, my brain can't quite handle the kind of like because I know all these teams and I know the players on these teams. The second I see, hang on.
If you do this, I'm gonna quit the team and take Gecko with me.
She won't. She's like...
What? I don't know what's happening.
Gecko said that's QB or something.
QB?
Yeah,
I think Gecko is trying to shit talk through the medium of Ravel because his mic isn't working in game.
What?
Oh, okay. I thought I had him muted, but I've never muted Gecko. Oh, okay.
I can see his hand, and I can see him saying literally with that hand.
He looks
I can
Italian.
literally see Gecko saying literally with his hand. You can see it as well, look. I'm watching your stream. You can see his hand go literally.
Literally?
Literally. You can see it. It's great.
I'm not gonna tell
He,
him that.
Gecko is one of those players that are fun to poke fun at, but
Alright.
we do. I
Alright.
genuinely enjoy his company. I do like him.
His
If I tell
company.
him that,
His company, as in
wait, I need to
having him, not his company as in what makes money for him. His company as in being with him.
I've never thought of VR hanging out with someone in VR as
lag.
company, but I suppose that makes sense.
Do you know what?
Wait.
What really was the problem here?
What's that, mate?
I haven't finished
It's that-
my turns.
Oh, we haven't done it.
What?
Wait, what? Synergy. So Synergy versus Team Brain
Wait,
Dead.
ooh.
Puppies versus these guys.
Alright.
Polaris
let's go
versus
to the head, piss off,
Mariacas.
boot,
That might be a
place.
good game to watch. Ouroboros versus Gravity. It's gonna have to be Ouroboros versus Gravity.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go with that one.
Because they can take rounds. It's gonna have to be that.
Yeah, let's go for that. I was about to click end stream. What am I doing? What am I doing?
What are you?
There we go. So let's get into that Ouroboros versus Gravity for our final round. Here it looks like it's gonna be tough for anyone to beat out Gravity. There's still a
Yeah,
chance,
it's like
but
inviting people around your
Still
house
gonna
and
die.
play cards. Even
so
though
let's
they
get
don't
into that one
play
and
cards,
see
but
what
they're not
happens.
So this is the only other team that can do damage to the almighty Gravity. Although I don't think we'll see it. I have been wrong before.
I think it's tough to knock Gravity off the high they're on right now. In that they've just beaten out Synergy. God damn, there we go. They've just beaten out Synergy, and they've just had a really just dominating game, and I think it's gonna be tough for Ouroboros to take that back from them. Oh, God, there we go. Thank you, Vitrix.
Did you get your invite?
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I should say, just because we do say that more or less every time, at the start of a new round, just invite us. Just invite us every time, because then we can just pick and choose, and we don't have to, go back and forth and ask.
Me? I didn't get an invitation.
Yeah, I'll get you invited. There we go. But yeah, just invite us, and then everything is great. Ooh. Affentera, Iterium, Nada, Dominic, Tutorial Bot.
Party is matchmaking. What? Are you matchmaking?
I'm not.
Could you send that again?
Yeah. Oh, I'm joining. I'll send it right when I get in there.
That's fine. Yeah, I think it was matchmaking. Actually, no, I can just click it again, can't I? I think.
You can. If you have to click the invite and not click.
I'm aware. Thank you.
Okay,
I've been
cool.
been a competitive player for a good while now.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I figured that out late, and that was annoying. I'll send you one just to be sure. Was that you joining?
Oh, I forgot to put myself in spectate.
There we go. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to our final game of the night from Gravity on the blue side right now.
Last game to watch. It's another Gravity game,
And
but it's
we
not
have
a Gravity game. It's an
Wait.
Ouroboros game. So
Ouroboros. There we go. And Team Gravity. And we are in there. So we see Team Gravity going for the I don't know what we call it, the backwards sort of new boost thing.
oh, they are
Straight
going to
from
go
the
for
start.
the fasty launch. I believe Ambient and Sun and stuff, they tried it too, but they did it very close to the ring. I'm not sure they quite figured out that they can go further back than that, and theirs did not work out. So it looks like the disc is clear at the moment, but it does it seems that Ouroboros are going to be the first ones there. No, it's going to be Viatrax who's going to put that away for a first 2-pointer within the 20 seconds. And it's going to be 2-0.
Really, really good start, solid start. Not a lot of time has passed. And, you know, just showing that, hey, Gravity's here, that's good.
Yeah, it's interesting because they both did everyone is doing this no ring launch now. Like, no teams are not doing it. And I think Gravity were the first ones there because they started further back, so they got the extra regrab.
Yeah, I think that was it
Sundance
too.
is the QB for this team. He's going to pass it fast down to Torren, who gets punched out. There's a lot of pressure being applied by Gravity right now. Some fantastic boosting. Viatrax has got the disc. He's going to send that over to Affentera. Boops is staying alive on bow tie, and Affentera is not able to get that pass down to him before he's punched out. It's a bit of a creative pass from Boop, but it works out for him. That's a bit strange, and it made my voice go like this, which means it must have been good. And Affentera with a fantastic block then. He needed to do that too. Torren has been eliminated, so now he's putting his arms out. Viatrax putting his arms out. I think he thought that he had a teammate on his back, but it was an enemy. It's a pass down to Sundance. He's got an open goal, and he dings it. That would have been an easy 3 for the team. But he didn't manage to put it in, unfortunately, so it's going to be Gravity that has it. Dorobot is going to sneeze. And he does!
There we go.
Affentera is in control of the disc again. Viatrax has got the disc, and thankfully it's Boop that ends up with it. And a 3-pointer, 80 meters a second.
That was really good. Good shot. Good shot. And, yeah, 5 points ahead.
That is a basic camp, camp Boop shot. And I mean, like, camp is in, like, you know, tents and where you learn to do stuff, not camp as in the way that Lego takes shots. That is a different type of camp.
I think that's a British issue. There we go.
Britishism, very likely. So Sundance is doing his thing right now, where he holds it, maintains control. So a pretty decent pass down to Ambient, who's been able to draw in the stack and take them out, which means, and he's holding on to it. He's holding on to that stack, and he will not let go. But Sundance is uncontested right now. Got a pass over to Ambient, but it's not a good pass. It's an over the swingy fasty pass, which is not the best one. You know, over swingy fasty passes.
Exactly.
They're never going to be, you know, the ones. It's classic.
It's a classic pass.
Ambient gives Torren a non-over swingy fasty pass, who goes to pass it back. Sundance with the shot. Affentera collects that all day, goes for the clear, and just by the corner doesn't quite get it the way he wants to, so he slaps it back that way instead, pushes off his own teammate. Boop again collects the shot, takes the shot.
This is, I mean, even more so than with the last match. This is a dominating showing from Gravity. We're seeing a little bit of pressure here and there. We're seeing some mistakes coming out from Gravity and some mistakes coming out from Ouroboros, but 8-0 and only 2 minutes and 46 seconds left. It must be a tough position to be in to get the you have to bring this back now. That is tough.
Absolutely. So Sundance with the disc right now. It's going to try and go for Torren, but it's a bit of an awkward bounce, which means Torren is not going to be the one who ends up with it. Instead it'll be Boop who gives it back to Affentera. Affentera is looking for his options right now. He has Viatrax, but Viatrax was being pursued at the time, which means, I was going to say, I thought it was going to be him that ends up with it, but it is actually Boop that's going to be the one that ends up with it. Viatrax has got a man on. He's going to go for all the anything will do kind of pass, because anything would do in that situation. Now Sundance has got the disc. He's going to go for the clear, but he hasn't got the boost, but Gravity does, so they are going to be the ones that are there first. And now Boop is going to weigh up his options, and he's going to go for it again. He's not going to get it again. I do not believe it. I do not believe it. Oh my God, Boop!
God!
Dirty, dirty man!
Damn it, man!
Stop
what
it!
are you
Someone
doing?
give me the phone. I need to call Simeon right now. We have a conversation that needs to be had. There's things that need to be spoken about.
This is okay. One time that could be argued that was a lucky shot. 2 times you can't. What is
The best
happening?
thing about this shot is that if anyone contests the shot that we saw earlier as any form of luck, if anyone from America are like, oh, well, I mean, you're just clipping something that happened by accident, that's your answer.
Yeah, that's
Your
two
answer.
times.
Can I just say, I think out of the 3 times I've seen him do it, and I might even be wrong there, he has got that right twice. Something to bear in mind. And we're not talking about a mixed scrim or a mess around. This is a competitive cup against a good team. However, Sundance did see a window of opportunity then, and he did manage to put a 3-pointer against Gravity. I'm not sure it's going to matter too much at this stage. But I'll tell you one thing. It is not fun to have a goal scored against you when it is taken from the shot that Boot did. It just isn't, and I'm wondering what's going to happen when everyone else starts doing it. But I know, but when I say doing it, I mean attempting it, because at the end of the day, it is really, it's a good clear no matter what. That's the best thing about it. It's either a good clear or it's a shot.
that is. I mean, phew.
Oh, and Boop far from Pac-Man with that disc. Firetrex. I mean, this passing around from Gravity right now. This is the thing that was missing from their play, you know, I think the last week. Nice little bend round there from a very sick Firetrex. I hope he didn't throw up too much when he took that one. And yeah, Gravity in control, completely in control right now.
Yeah, it's at 10 points ahead, 1 minute 16 left. It's, if I was Ouroboros right now, I would, in my mind, concede this and be like, okay, we need to get back in the game. Just don't worry about this. We need to get back. We need to take the next round because this round is done, more or less. I mean,
Well, the thing is,
you can.
the problem is with like Ouroboros are a team that are fantastic. Oh no!
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
cut myself off because
And-
Boop does the intercept, then he does the shot, and that is it. That was a painful. What have we spoken about this? If it happens more than once, then shame on you. I think Torren took the QB rather than Sundance then, so I'm not sure what they were going to go for. But what I was going to say is that Ouroboros are a team that are very, very good at passing the disc around. They're very good at being defensive, and so if they keep the win, look, they're going to do the joust all the way from here. Check this out. Check that.
No. They're
never
going
mind.
for ruin. Yeah, that was, what was that? 13 points ahead with a minute left. There's no way.
Yeah, something like that.
No way.
But yeah, as I was saying, like Ouroboros are a great team at keeping a score because you know they're good at maintaining possession. But as soon as they're down by a good amount, that's a problem for them. So you can see Gravity right now are quite far away from their no ring joust compared to Ouroboros, who are a lot closer. But it does look like Firetrex is going to be the one to get it, but only just. It's a pass back, but it's not a good one. Ambient is going to intercept that. It's going to send that down to Sundance, who's going to have to send it back to Torren, who does manage to get hold of the disc. It's going to be a pass down to Ambient, who's going to throw it forward for Sundance, who should have an open goal. Not quite. Someone is in there now. Now, immediately, Ouroboros are going to reset and start their positioning attack again. I think Sundance could have pushed off and easily had the 1v1, but he opted to do the pass around instead. And that is where Ouroboros sometimes have problems. They are too frightened to take on a 1v1. And in this case, they are still in possession. But if they keep passing around, it's not necessarily always going to work out for them. Take the 1v1 and put it away. That's not a good example of why they should take the 1v1, because Affentera is someone who's going to punish that. But I think he saw that coming. So the disc is free right now. Ouroboros are kind of connected. I'm not sure really if they're going to be stacked before Boop gets hold of it. They better do, because if Boop gets hold of it before, he was going to put that in. They knew it. I knew it. You knew it. This is the thing he does now. He's going to sell them away.
Oh, he
Actually
goes for... Oh!
It's a nice save from Torren. He does actually clear it, and he hits it against the wall, which is almost like a Boop shot, which is now the new Boop shot. I think we call it, or it's been called the side Boop.
The side boop? I like the side boop.
The side Boop, I think they've called it, which is a great thing for it. It's a nice little pass to Affentera, safe, smart. Affentera giving a little bit of a goofy pass off the shield. That was not deliberate, but it still seems to be working out for them at the moment, especially since Vitrax was able to take the speed from them. Not that it mattered, because Affentera was the one that gets the disc in the end and puts it away. But they're only 2 up. That was a minute. And
that was 2 minutes. 2 minutes for the first goal. This is whew. I mean, I don't know if it's Ouroboros stepping up or if it's Gravity stepping down right now. It's a bit tough to say.
I don't think it's either right now, to be honest with you. I think it's just a lot of cautious concern. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I'm not concerned for Gravity.
I'm not either.
But who knows? Ambient in possession right now. He's going to go for a very slow pass. I almost punished him with possession there, but luckily he was able to get pass straight back to him. That would have been bad. Torrin completely unchecked right now, but he dings it. Torrin is one of those people that he is going to go for the top corners or the bottom corners of that goal, which means if he gets the shot, it's going to be very difficult to save, but it means that his ding rate is a little higher than most people's, as just seen then. And there's a lot of fisticuffs going on. It's going to be a bit of a race. Who's going to be the first ones there? It is going to be Ouroboros who were able to get some kind of hands on it, and it's slapped back down court by Torrin, but they are still stacked, which means Boop is in control of that disc. Now he's going to play around and pass around, and Viatrex is going to have a free reign to do what he wants until he's going to go for some kind of Boop shot. But look at how pathetic it is compared to Boop's. But it does still find his way into the goal, because that's the great thing about that shot. I'm air quoting, you can't see it, but I'm air quoting. It's a good clear.
Yeah, I mean it's either gonna be good or it's gonna be a 3-pointer, and
well,
either one. No,
it's either gonna be a good clear, or if it's Boop, it could be a Boop. That's 3-pointer. Yeah, I have not seen anyone else do
not
do it.
deliberately.
But it's the trajectory, the timing. It's not an easy shot to do. It really isn't. It just isn't.
It's
maybe more people will get better at it later, but it's not one of the easy ones. And also, it's slow. It has to bounce off the side. Once you see where it's bouncing, you as a stat can predict where it's going. To be honest with you, if it works, then you must have punched out stacks. There's no other way of talking about it. Ooh. Oh, it's a bit of a congested fight right now, but it will be Torrin that ends up with the disc. He's going to probably clear it, but he's going to go for a back pass. What am I talking about? Of course he's not going to clear it. That's not within their style, and he didn't need to clear it, so he did the right thing anyway.
That was pretty good. And
I
think
playing right now, which is about the pace that we normally see from them when they're losing by 50 anyway. At the moment, though, it's not working out for them as Sundance is unable to get that. It could have been a 3-pointer if they wanted it. Viatrex is going to get a lovely clear on that. That is sailing away. Goodness, that almost went in.
He has a little bit of
slap. That slap would have been really.
God, Torrin just going straight in the tunnel.
With a minute left, or now less, it's looking like Ouroboros are going to need to do something a little bit more aggressive, and that looks more like it. So Sundance got the clear, but they do not get the boost. But I'll tell you who did get the boost. Viatrex did. He is going to hold that disc and just sort of see this moment out. Finds Boop over in the left tunnel, who's going to go for his Boop shot. Is this one
in? God
yes,
damn it.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't need to shoot at the goal. He can just shoot at the flipping arena and the rest will go in. Although I'll have to say, his success rate with that shot has been less today than usual. You see, he's actually maybe made 2 or 3 missed attempts at those today. Considering I feel so sorry for Ouroboros. They have been punished by the side boop,
by
the
boop pop off. I think in general.
He's just going through all his tricks right now.
Everything is. Oh my God! Viatrex being there, instantly punching out, but fortunately not getting the disc as it was already passed. And Boop, let's see what he can do. He's probably not going to do much as there's 7 points up and only 15 seconds left. This round has surely gone to Gravity.
Viatrex keeps trying it. It's so funny.
It does not.
He can't do it. Of course he can't. He's not Boop. But it doesn't matter because, again, it works out as a good clear. But that one he can do.
And a
very
3-pointer.
Basic backboard 3-pointer just to seal the deal.
Yeah.
And this game is done.
It's done. Yeah, it's done. It's over. It's completely, holy hell. I mean, Boop has, if anyone calls Boop like he's decent, just show them this stream and be like, just look at it. God damn it.
If if that was all Boop could do, then I would say he's just a very good shot. But he's all
Oh, yeah,
round a very good player anyway.
Yeah.
So compile that in there. Yeah, but how do you play against that? I mean, you just
You
have
don't.
to be more aware of your goal, I suppose. Simple as that. But you know, he's the only one who can do it. It's like saying, you know, Ronaldo. Oh, he's curving it round our wall of men in the football game and scoring from free kicks that are really far away. Well, don't worry about it. It's still very hard to do, and not many people can do it. So
Yeah.
it's not like that suddenly breaks football. Of course it doesn't. Nobody else is going to, anytime soon, have the same shot rate against the side of the arena that Boop does. End of story. If it gets to the point where 50% of everyone that's anyone can do that, then yeah, it's going to be annoying. But until such time, it's a little Boop trick, and
It is. Well, I don't feel trick is the right word, but it is just him that's doing it, and there's not really a lot this to do, unfortunately.
Nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
you have a
like I
person
said,
goal always.
just because it's on target, right? Okay, doesn't mean that suddenly it's going to go in every time. Like, there's plenty of times I've taken a 17 meter a second shot from the tunnel, and the other team are able to get back and catch it before it gets there. So
Yeah.
if they're able to do that, then they should be able to intercept the bounce off the wall. The problem is at the moment is people see it bouncing off the wall and they don't see it as a threat. They don't see it as a threat. But even though I can't make the shot, and to be honest with you, I don't think I have even once tried it, I know what it looks like when it's dangerous. And if I mean, I think that's the problem right now. It's not on the radar to everyone yet, so that they see it and they go, okay, it's bouncing in the arena. Let's just. But no, that bad boy might be going in goal. You need to do something about it. In any case, they were some very entertaining games today, especially from Gravity.
That was good. And brain dead.
We've seen some great play and one very clowny play.
Well, one very clowny game, I feel. That was more or less all of it was not up to par, let's say. That was-
No, it was really fun. Let's
It
take a
was.
look. Let's see what we've got.
Well, we only
Finishing.
have In Your Face getting the bye, and Ouroboros, of course, losing to Gravity. Still waiting on every other team.
So we still do have. I imagine Synergy are gonna lose against. Are gonna beat Brain Dead, but Brain Dead have done some interesting plays today. They've done some. I mean, they have. They've. I think it's possible that we could see a 2-1 against Brain Dead.
We might. Yeah, we might.
Possible
it's
is the
difficult
word
to
I
say.
chose. I didn't go with probable or likely or you know.
It is an option that is there.
Yeah.
Oh god, this man god damn. That was great. Just in general, a lot of fantastic plays all the way through. In general, a lot of interesting stuff happened. That Gravity Synergy game was the most intense game for quite a while that we've seen. It was all around, I think, a very, very good cup. And I think it's safe to say with Gravity winning this one out that they will go to they will qualify, I believe. I'm still not 100% certain about how the qualifying works actually, but they've won almost everything there are. They are in the top. I think it's safe to say that they have qualified. So stage 2 is happening next week. The start of stage 2, and that will again be 3 weeks. So we'll have week 1, week 2, week 3, and then the top 2 teams qualify, and then we'll have a final last minute qualifier-ish, not last minute, but last chance to get in there, which will be 1 cup, and the top team in that cup will qualify. So I'm
Indeed.
looking forward to seeing all of that. Interesting thing, we actually haven't had any team that hasn't won a game this time. Everybody has won at least 1 game, which is
Yeah, that's
odd.
Isn't that nice? Everyone's sharing.
It's good. It's good. Ow. My God. So yeah, I think we'll wait a little bit to see the final results, and we'll just take it from there. We have one more result coming in. Soyuz losing to Kicked Puppies. No big surprise there. It's been it's been quite a while since we've actually seen Soyuz play. So I shouldn't say no big surprise, because I don't actually know what they're doing. How they're playing this.
I mean, let me look. Touchdown, man, that should be easy. Polaris, I mean, I feel like all of these matches are going to be cleared up quite soon, unless there's some 2-1s again. But I can't imagine they would be. I mean, again, it's possible, but we are still waiting on that. We are definitely still waiting on that. Quick question: how much money is too much money to spend on a single meal of sushi?
Don't.
I bought like sushi earlier, and I spent like 35 quid, which is the equivalent of just shy of $50, or about
what?
€6. Right.
For you.
And yeah, but it wasn't that much sushi. Like, I mean, I filled up on it, don't get me wrong, but like it wasn't like a buffet.
Okay, just to put it into perspective of how outrageous I kind of feel that is. I was out with my sister, and we were like, we were out like some fancy place, and we were like, yeah, you know what, we're gonna spend some money tonight, because fuck it, we have a little bit of money, let's spend it. So we bought for about £50, maybe a little bit more worth of sushi for the both of us that we shared.
Interesting.
£35 by yourself, man. God damn, that voice acting money must be fantastic.
Look, I mean, it's London, it's sushi. I knew it was gonna be expensive. I was just like, what? Is this too much money for a single meal? And then when I ate it, I was like, that's like 5 McDonald's, man. What am I doing with my life?
I don't think you want to be basing your baseline meal shouldn't be a McDonald's.
Okay, when I'm talking about takeaway, it's pretty cheap, right? It's pretty cheap.
It is cheap, but it's not good. Like a pizza. That's my baseline takeaway meal. That's what I wanna like. That's what I compare everything else to. A pizza. Jesus Christ. A pizza is like 100 krona in Danish krona. That's £10, maybe a little bit more, maybe 12. I think £12 for a pizza. That's my baseline, like what I compare everything else to. And you just spend like 3 times as much on that on sushi. That's a little much, man. That's a little much.
Yeah, I guess I blame sushi.
It is, I mean, yeah, sushi is good and expensive, so I can understand it. Still a bit much.
Yeah, I'm just going to blame sushi. It's the best way to do it. I was just going to say sushi is too much money for too little food, and to avoid it altogether. It's the only way.
Synergy. 1 over Braindead, 2-0.
Yep.
Dogman Part-Timers lost to Smash Dash.
Once again, we're waiting for Polaris.
I mean,
nothing.
They're giving people a fight.
I'm sure it's not their fault, but yeah, that's the thing. They're obviously close games, and maybe that explains it.
It might. It might indeed. It is late. Just a little bit late. So
when are you gonna try some Dr. Pepper? Come on, be honest. I feel like you've built up this evil image in your brain now, and by the time you drink it, you'll be like, "Oh crap, this is quite nice."
I'm probably not, because as we all know, Dr. Pepper is just condensed evil. Can I say?
I don't.
It's like if you squeeze the devil, Dr. Pepper is what comes out.
Okay, what about this? What about if suddenly you were offered $3,000 per cast, sponsored by Dr. Pepper?
I mean, if that's the only term, then I'll take it. I'll mention that
what,
Dr.
you're gonna
Pepper
take-
shit
you're gonna
every
take
time.
hand-me-downs from evil. Wow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
Then
thought you
I'll
had some
use it for good.
integrity, Malarin.
I'll
thought you had
adopt
some-
some kids.
You-
Some kids. What?
what with
What?
You'll spend. How is that going to suddenly make it okay?
I'm gonna adopt some kids. You know what?
sure
That's
you
what
are.
happens.
I don't think you can. I think Brad Pitt and
Wait.
Angelina Jolie adopted all of them, so you can't. You can't.
A hot take from tutorial bot.
Oh.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think $3,000 is probably too little. I think I would use it for, donate it to charity or something. And just, if the only terms were you have to say it's sponsored, then sure. If I have to drink it, then I guess those kids are gonna have to starve.
Wow. Yes. Wow. Anyway, out of
principle.
everything you've seen today, I mean, what's your play of the day? What's your
Play of the day, I think there were so many good ones. I think because it's a little bit weird because there have been, kind of murmurs from different directions. Let's say different people have been talking about Boop maybe not being as up on the horse as he usually is, and I know it's an obvious one, but he really just he just showed that no, god damn it, he is amongst other things the best shot at least in Europe right now, just far and away.
There is no one close in North America in terms of shooting to Boop. I'm sure there's some Americans that would say otherwise because yeah, but there just isn't. I mean, I'm not going to even go into the realms of all-round player and team player and whatnot. I'm just talking about specifics now of this, and there is no one close in terms of that. Yeah, for me, it's going to be that first Boop, side Boop. That was for me. I lost myself with that one because I love this game. I absolutely love this game, and it's moments like that. I love watching this game, and I love casting this game, and all of those things encompassed just with that shot in a cup. This isn't mixed. Like I said, this is not just a fun scrim. It's a game that matters, and it's
actually for money.
And if it's for a qualifier, and he does something like that, you're gonna see me explode. No matter where I am in the world at the time, you're gonna hear me. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I think that was definitely the highlight play.
It really was, and it was coming off of a little bit of shaky play here and there, like not as solid as we would have wanted it to. Just a little bit here and there, and then that just happens, and there's not really more to be said. It speaks for himself.
And I think most improved team would be Team Braindead. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh god. They did well. They played really well. Very very smooth. Very beautiful. I think actually is the word for it, because they took those opportunities, and in a lot of the games they played them perfectly. Not always all the way through perfectly, but a lot of the opportunities that were taken in the moment, a decision was made, and it was most often the right decision. So that was really good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I honestly I was really impressed with them today. They were fun to watch. I think other than that, it was pretty much as expected.
Yeah.
So this is Gravity qualified for the qualifier. That's how that works. And then I should imagine next week will be the Synergy guys going through. Sorry?
Next week. There's 2 next week, if I remember correctly.
Oh, 2 go through next week?
Yeah, because it's 4
Oh,
in
that's
total,
right. There's 1 go through, then the other 2, and then it's going to be the last chance qualifier. Yeah, so next week will be interesting because you're going to have that magical third place one, which I should imagine will be either Braindead or Ouroboros. Ouroboros didn't. I don't know. Have Ouroboros played Braindead in the last 2 weeks? Who won that game? I don't even know. I know.
Let me think. I think they played it and lost.
Next 3 weeks, apparently. Okay.
Yeah, next 3 weeks. Yeah. I can't remember. I want to say they played it and lost. That's in there somewhere. but I'm not too sure. I think Ouroboros could easily have won that too. So I'm not too sure. But I think your earlier prediction, which was Gravity and Synergy, gonna be up there top 2. Then we're gonna see Brain Dead and we're gonna see Ouroboros. I think that's correct all the way through.
Right, so it's done.
It is.
It is done. And it was a 2-1 against Polaris, and Polaris actually lost. So the rankings are. I'll let you do the rankings since I've done most of the casting.
A little bit tired. I understand.
I can do it. I'm looking at the list. I'll just.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll do it in a grandiose fashion, so my neighbors are really gonna hate me. In first place.
Oh God, no! I'm stopping you right there. Do it normally.
First place with 5 wins and 0 losses. Gravity coming in with 100% win rate. Synergy going 4-1, of course losing that one game against Gravity. Ouroboros in third place, 3-2. Nicely done. Brain Dead in a shared third place, actually. Interesting. Oh, because both tiebreakers. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. So they're in a actual shared third place. Ouroboros and Team Brain Dead. Good, interesting. Good for them. Mariachis in a 5th place. Kick Puppies in 6th. Smash Dash going 7th, only winning 2. Polaris winning 2 out in 8th. And in a shared 9th place, Soyuz and In Your Face with Duckman Part-Timers going 1 and 4 for 11th place. So that was, I mean, no big surprises other than maybe Ouroboros and Brain Dead being exactly the same. I think there's no real big surprises there. I think it's more or less how I would put it.
Yeah, more or less. Right. Well, that's me. Thanks for having me again this Sunday, and I will see you next weekend for some
thanks for being
more
here.
awesome games, and hopefully we'll get another Synergy Gravity punch up.
We probably will, and let's hope.
I'm
for
already
more
looking forward to
punches.
that one. It keeps it fun. All right, I'm out.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. It's been a fun and a pleasure casting with you. Have a great evening and see you next week. Same time, same place. Have a good one.